That was a good one. That was a good. Oh yeah. Okay, we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the MetaComix podcast. I'm Alec, and as always, I'm joined by my two amazing co-hosts, Isabel and Mike, and the other guy.
I'm the other guy.
Yes.
Say hi to people, guys.
Hi.
Swear to God, if any of you ever call me from anything else other than the other guy, you aren't going to want to know what happens now.
Don't worry, I will call you the other guy.
I'm so scared.
Like, I'm just going to change my name on everything now to the other guy.
Well, wait till you see what we got in store for you. You know, not a lot happened this past week as far as like comic book stuff goes, right, guys?
Nothing happened this week.
Nothing.
I was pissed.
Nothing.
It was kind of slow.
This is probably like the worst weekend ever for comic book stuff. Like it was so boring.
Yes, so we're just going to talk about Squirrel Girl for an hour and 45 minutes.
I'm down.
I don't know that much about Squirrel Girl.
Well,
it's
you'll
okay.
get educated.
Let me inform you.
Okay.
I'm just kidding with you
She
guys.
has lips.
Of course,
Great.
everyone knows Comic-Con happened this week. How do you guys feel about that?
Awesome.
Eh.
Well, Bob,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
That's why Josh is the other guy. So, for our creative segment for this week, I decided to do something kind of in the vein of Comic-Con, where we will be discussing what is the best superhero movie ever created and why. So...
Can I go first?
No.
What's that?
Yes, Isabel, you can go first.
Okay. Well, my view of what the best comic book movie is Iron Man, the first one.
Why Iron Man, the first one?
Because before that movie came out, all the superhero movies were kind of good. They were all right. They were somewhat interesting. But once you got Iron Man, I feel like at that point, the comic book movies kind of exploded. You got Captain America. You got more Iron Man. You have Marvel, the Avengers. You get more Batman. You have I think Iron Man was a starting point for all the other movies that came out.
But what specifically makes Iron Man the best movie, the best superhero movie to you?
It was funny. Robert Downey Jr.'s acting in it was great.
Well, he wasn't acting. That's why it was great.
He's perfect. Robert Downey Jr. is perfect.
Okay, look. Robert Downey Jr. is an amazing Iron Man because he basically is Tony Stark. He's still a good actor, though. He's really good in other things that I've seen him in, too. But let's face it, like Alex said, he's not really acting. He is Tony Stark. I mean, that kind of
which makes it better.
Arrogant, overconfident kind of guy. That is definitely Robert Downey Jr. So yeah, I mean, he nails it because it's just natural. It's kind of like Jesse Eisenberg. Every role is just Jesse Eisenberg. So he's not really acting. He's just being him.
Red coats are the red capes are coming. The red capes.
Oh my God. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But
no.
the thing with Iron Man, I agree that it may be the most important superhero movie ever, but I'm not sure if it's the best superhero movie.
I really, really, really like the first Iron Man. Like, I will still watch that on repeat.
Well, the way that I see it, Iron Man 1 was just overzealous origin story, which I mean for like the general public who didn't really know who Iron Man was, that's a good thing. And I like the little twist that they did where they modernized it to make it Middle East instead of China. But
yeah.
But I feel like because for the comic book fans who knew the origin of Tony Stark, it was just kind of like a reminder of who Iron Man is and why he deserves to have his own movie.
Okay, well, let's face it. Iron Man did not deserve to have his own movie at that time.
Mm-hmm.
At that point in time, until the Iron Man movies, Iron Man was a B-list hero at best.
All the Avengers were. Marvel gave away all their A-listers.
Okay, I would not ever classify Captain America as a B-list hero.
Captain America was an A-list hero, wasn't he?
Yeah,
yes, Captain America is absolutely an A-list.
Okay, I'll give you guys that one. But how about Thor?
I would say Hulk. I would say Hulk is probably an A-list too. He's very.
Hulk is also an A-list. We're not going to include that Hulk movie though, because none of us is going to vote that for the best movie ever.
I've never even seen the one that's in the Marvel MCU, because I always read that as part of the MCU.
In one?
I think everyone just decides to accept it, but no one talks about it. It's like that little random kid in the corner
I will
that no one
talk
talks
about it. I will talk about it and defend it to the death. I think it's one of the better MCU movies, but it just never gets any play because it wasn't a big commercial success. But that was due to what's his face, the guy, the Fight Club guy, Edward Norton.
Edward Norton.
Because he was such a prima donna and wanted to have so much money, they had no budget left to put the movie out there as far as marketing. Like, you see how they oversaturate everything now? That budget wasn't there. Disney didn't own them when that came out. So nobody really ever found out about The Incredible Hulk. Not a lot of people knew about it. But
I did.
But now when people watch it, they're like, wow, this movie was actually pretty good. Even though I don't really like Norton as much as Bruce Banner, the story itself was really good. And I'm really glad that it's still part of the MCU. Like, I'm glad they didn't write that out. But, yeah, they totally got screwed on that because of, Edward Norton being kind of a tool about it. So I like it. It's definitely not the best, but it's not nearly as bad as what some people probably think it is. A lot of people just haven't seen it, and that's pretty sad because it's actually pretty good.
Well, what do you think the best superhero movie is, Mike?
Oh,
comic book movie.
Hands down, Captain America: Winter Soldier. I don't even have to think about it.
Of course. That's my second.
I think that is absolutely the best because here you have what Marvel established themselves with this movie as we don't make comic book movies. We make genre movies that have a comic book character in them. And that is totally different than what was going on before. Before it was, I mean, when you look at the original Spider-Man series and you look at Fantastic Four, those are clearly comic book movies. Mm-hmm. But this changed that direction some. So now we have genre films, like you have your political thriller, and that was Captain America. You had your sci-fi thing, which was Guardians of the Galaxy. You've got your heist film, which is going to be Iron Man coming out this weekend. So now we have...
Not Iron Man.
Yeah, not Iron Man. And then you have your like, your kind of tech movies and stuff like that. So that's what I liked about it. But more than anything, I liked the story to it, that you got to see some depth to Captain America. You got to see him put in a real-world modern discussion of security versus safety, or freedom versus security. So you get to see this debate that we're all having right now, like, is it okay to use a drone to take somebody out, even if they're an American citizen, without due process, and things like that, because that's what the government was getting ready to do in The Winter Soldier. It's the same exact kind of thing. Yeah. So you get this big political discussion that was very relevant, especially with the NSA spying deal coming out and all that, right at the time this movie came out. So this was something that, I mean, when I was writing and blogging and stuff, there was tons of discussion about that. So when a movie can inspire that kind of conversation and fit in with the times and be a really good story and feature a comic book character, I'd say it's pretty hard to beat something like that for the best there is. You might be able to make an argument for like Guardians, but I struggle between the two of them because I really like both of them, but I think Captain America takes it every time.
Hey Mike, were you watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the time when it came out?
Yes, and then I could totally forgot about that. How it tied into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 1.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
That was the only reason that it got a second season, was because of that.
Yeah, the first half of the season was bad. It was my wife who hates comic book stuff, that talked me into continuing to watch the show, because after the first 4 episodes, I was like, I'm done with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad show. It's just not, like, how they marketed it was like a comic book show, and it's definitely not until, well, it is now.
Yeah.
It started off as more of a spy show and stuff, and it was just, but they were trying to implement all these comic book things to it, and it just wasn't working. It took them a while, but I think they definitely got it. But when they mixed it with Winter Soldier, it intertwines and everything. It was great. Like, that brought the show from a 3-star, like a 2-star to like a 4-star. It was great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, good point.
Well, I would say that Captain America: Winter Soldier is definitely a top contender for the best comic book movie ever. But Josh, what do you think the best comic book movie ever is?
I was gonna say Captain America too.
Wait, you can't say it. So I have to pick something else.
Well, but that is the best movie ever. Like, even if it's the debate or not, it's still the best movie. And like, we're not saying that we have to choose different movies. That was not a rule. We did not discuss that beforehand.
All right, technicalities.
Beforehand, so like no one can have the same movie, and we can have like a group vote on which movie is better. Because I feel left out.
But we all know. But okay, I mean, I pretty much am in agreement with Mike. It's between right now. It is between Guardians and Captain America with Batman, the Dark Knight, whichever one has Joker. I can never remember the name.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's really close between those three. Simply because, but not. I think it's more between the Dark Knight and Captain America because of the fact that you have, it's not you have some laughing parts, but the laughing parts are done by those who are heinous people. You know, it's like when the Joker does oh, you want to see a trick, and he slams his face into the pencil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
great.
I'm just like.
yeah,
You have that hilarious part where it's just oh, ha, that's so funny, but it's so fucked up.
yeah, like you don't think about it. Like you laugh at it, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm an awful
But-
human being.
See, the thing is, you don't care if you're an awful human being because the
Yeah.
Joker was that good.
But
And it was awesome.
okay, so I'm gonna go with Alec here and defend Dark Knight as the best movie. Even though I still more feel towards Captain America, but I do have arguments as Dark Knight. Whereas, like he was saying, how it's a character, how Marvel's trying to do the character things. Batman did Christopher Nolan in his Batman trilogy did that first. They didn't. Marvel perfected it, but they did it first. It's definitely. That's definitely a Nolan thing, though, not a DC thing. That was straight from Nolan. I'm not giving DC credit for that because of their other movies and stuff that just clearly they did not do that. But yeah, it's it's really hard to just talk about one of the Batman movies, though.
I didn't like the last Batman. The only cool part about it to me was
Fire Rises. Oh my god, that was terrible. When I heard that, I started laughing. What kind of Bane is that supposed to be?
it wasn't even Bane. No one can do Bane correctly. Bane is Hispanic.
I can take you out, Josh.
Bane
I
is
can take you out
Hispanic.
right now.
Okay, Isabel. Okay.
Go ahead, Josh. Yeah, I'll
It
come to
upsets me.
Gotham and take you out, Josh. You can.
Then you'll have my permission to die.
Yeah, now you do have my permission to die.
No, but the thing that I feel that the Batman trilogy or the Dark Knight specifically has done better than any of the Marvel movies and pretty much any of the comic book movies in total. We got an understanding of our villains. We got an understanding of Two-Face. We got an understanding of Joker as to why they do what they
kind of
do.
understanding is Joker.
Well, no.
There was no understanding.
No, the
He's
thing
just
is
crazy.
that Joker is not just a complete psycho. Okay, he's a complete psychopath, but that's not all he is. He's
That's what they basically said.
You see
He's an
him.
anarchist.
Yeah, he's an anarchist, but he's kind of an anti-hero at the same time.
No way. How's he an
He's doing
anti-hero?
Hold on. He's doing all the same things that Batman's trying to do, but he's actually succeeding them. He's taking out the gang members. He's taking out the gang leaders. He's taking out all that money.
So he
that
could be
they
the
were
gang
laundering
leader.
and stealing.
'Cause he
Batman was
wants-
trying to do all that stuff, but Joker did it better.
But they're
Joker
doing it
didn't
for two
killing
completely different
people.
reasons.
Yes.
Batman's doing it to rid crime
Oh
from
my
Gotham.
God.
The Joker is doing it
Yes, but you see,
to
they're
control crime in
they're
Gotham.
having the same goal. That
Yeah, but by definition,
for
he's a
different
villain.
reasons. But yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying though. Is he's more of an I felt like in this movie he was definitely had a little bit of anti-hero in him and not just complete villain psychopath.
I will agree on that point that the Dark Knight, I would say probably even Batman Begins gets this particular thing right too. Not Dark Knight Rises, but they really do make you feel as though the villain poses an actual threat. A lot of the Marvel movies, sometimes I don't really feel necessarily like there's a whole lot at stake, as far as like a real threat. But Joker, man, you knew that dude was unglued on the inside. So and all he wanted was chaos. So he went around causing as much chaos as possible.
Yeah, he did.
There was
It wasn't just chaos. It was planned. It was meticulously planned out chaos. He
But he
planned
was
out everything
great.
that was going to happen.
Like what he did
Like,
with
he just,
Two-Face.
Oh, he's gonna do this, and he's gonna do this, and then Two-Face is just Yeah,
He
you
planned
learn about
Two-Face.
Two-Face.
That's
I
how good
love
he
Two-Face
is.
in that movie.
I
Yeah, he
love
created
Right?
Two-Face. Okay,
That
so
is the best Two-Face ever.
have I ever told you guys the original synopsis for The Dark Knight Rises?
No. Well, from what
All
I know.
right. Well, don't quote me on this, but before the release of The Dark Knight Rises, whenever everyone was still speculating what happened, there was supposedly a leaked email between Christopher Nolan and someone else on the director board, pretty much talking about what was supposed to happen. So this is the story of what was supposed to happen. It was supposed to start with Heath Ledger's Joker arriving in Arkham Asylum. There he meets his therapist called Edward Nygma.
Nigma was in it?
Yes, played. Who they wanted to cast as Nygma was what's his name?
Jim Carrey.
No, not Jim Carrey.
I-
Johnny
I
Depp.
don't- Oh,
Johnny Depp.
oh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that would be a good.
Okay, and so what was supposed to happen was that Johnny Depp's character, Edward Nygma, was just trying to get into the Joker's head, trying to understand him. And then the Joker just looked at him every time he went to him. He's just like, well, that's the riddle you'll never know.
So
And-
basically, they gave the Riddler Harley Quinn story.
Yes. But then they're going to implement...
He can fall in love too? Or well, is he going to fall in love with Joker too?
I don't know, maybe. But so then they're going to introduce the Joker's cellmate, the Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter.
The Mad Hatter played by Robin Williams.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
really glad that they did not go with this.
Well, that's what they were supposed to. And then
Mad Hatter?
Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow, was supposed to be locked up in Arkham as well. And so pretty much it was going to be a giant prison break wherever the Scarecrow accidentally injects the Mad Hatter with his fear toxin, but instead of seeing like really fearful stuff, it transports him into like this sort of psychedelic high of Wonderland.
Like Wonderland.
Yeah. So he becomes the Mad Hatter, and he like messes with the formula to create like this drug that he could use to manipulate people. And so it was pretty much them all three breaking out, causing a riot in Gotham City, and Batman having to stop them.
So what you're saying is it was Batman Begins redone, pretty much, because that's more or less the plot to that movie.
But with Heath
But
Ledger's
then
Joker.
It would assume that Batman already knew the Joker since he was in Arkham.
Well,
'Cause that's
he
what I'm getting out of
just
it.
got the Joker because it was the Joker arriving at Gotham at Arkham, so he had literally just captured the Joker. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would have made it as fun.
the thing is, I
It
don't
would
think
have been better than Dark
that
Knight
would have not
Rises.
been as great as the Dark Knight was, but I do wish that they had done a little more world building because like that did not sound like it would make a great movie like Dark Knight did, but it had a lot of interesting aspects to it and stuff, and it got to it let you know that there's more than like 5 criminals in Gotham.
Yeah.
Well, Edward Nygma, or Johnny Depp as Edward Nygma, that's a brilliant idea.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
I
Johnny
don't know
Depp
about
pulled
this.
it off.
I don't know about the story, like making.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what. Yeah, story not so much.
Yeah, like that's totally Harley Quinn's thing. Like, no.
Yeah.
But and then I mean, come on, that's like okay. So Joker creates Two-Face, and then he gets credit for creating Riddler and kind of instigating the whole thing with Mad Hatter. Like, what is he like? Is he Satan or something? Like, what kind of magic powers does this guy possess?
52. I was kidding. Let's not talk about that.
Okay, so wait, Alec, you never said what your movie was.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
okay. I was ready for you guys to finish. But so, I was pondering on this question for all of 5 minutes. What is the best comic book movie out there? And I was originally going to say Watchmen just because it's the most...
I like Watchmen.
I like
It's
Watchmen.
like straight off the panels. I was also going to say Kick-Ass for the same reason. But I'm going to go with the movie that made America and the whole world nerdgasm simultaneously, and that is The Avengers.
That was a big nerdgasm.
That was a giant nerdgasm.
I
Because
feel
that is-
like Comic-Con was the hugest nerdgasm that we've all had in a long time.
Some of us more than others.
I have
Well, me a
so
lot.
many. No. Anyways,
Gosh.
go on, Alec. Go on, Alec.
So the reason why I think that The Avengers is not only the best, but the most important comic book movie of all time is just because, well, it's the best because the Marvel Cinematic Universe up to this point felt like a journey, and The Avengers was finally that destination, that big payoff that Marvel had been planning for like 6 years in advance. It's something that we knew was going to happen, and we're all just anxiously waiting for this. From Iron Man 1, the post-credit scene, whenever Nick Fury comes up, we're like, okay, making an Avengers movie. And to be honest, they could have not done that. Like, they could have stopped early. The movies could have bombed. Thor kind of did bomb. It wasn't that great.
That's why it was a post-credit scene. So that way only a few people saw it.
But, so yeah, I feel like just the payoff was worth noting. And, I mean, the story is great. Loki's a great villain. He's the only Marvel villain. I'll go as to say that he's the only Marvel villain that matters at this point.
Oh, yeah,
He
definitely.
is. Other than, like...
Introducing Thanos, introducing the expanded universe, introduced all these new characters, and for the first time ever, we got to see Captain America and Iron Man on screen together, fighting Thor nonetheless.
I feel like Loki is the reason why we're getting the extended universe.
Well, he kind of is.
Because when he fell out of Asgard, and he ended up with Thanos?
He ended up something with like the.
I feel like he was with
those aliens
Thanos.
were.
No, he wasn't with Thanos. Because like right now, there's no like as far as I know, nobody has like actually connected him to Thanos, other than the fact that we know that from that post-credit scene in Age of Ultron, he's like, "Oh, I'm tired of letting people do my work," pretty much, and that
Someone hasn't seen it yet.
So it's not really like we see Loki talking to him. It's just like a assumption, pretty much. We can
I still
infer
didn't
it.
see Age of Ultron.
Yeah, Alec hasn't seen it yet. Alec?
It's a
But
shitty
anyways,
post-credit scene, so it doesn't. It's shitty.
well, thanks for the spoiler, Josh.
You've pretty much already seen it if you saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
I did see Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it like pretty much everything. Yeah, it's nothing new. It's just Thanos being like, "Oh,
I'm tired of these people."
But fun fact for you guys, fun fact to you. Do you know what was coincidentally the most important superhero movie of all time?
Iron Man.
No. Well, this is opinion based. Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Why?
No.
No.
Listen to me.
No.
Why was Batman and Robin?
No. We're done. Let's change the topic. Who won?
You can't drink before you come on the air for the podcast, man.
This is what happens. You guys, listen to me.
If you're gonna do that, we all have to do that. Come on, man.
Well, maybe next time. I don't know. We'll take a swig. But anyway, so
No, Alec. I'm not even going to let you finish because no.
you gotta listen to me. You
No.
gotta listen to me.
No.
Batman and Robin.
Oh, that
I'm not saying it's good.
No.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's
You're not
good
even
by
gonna talk
any
about
standard.
Even the actors hated it. We do not
It
talk
was
about that
so
movie.
bad,
No.
it changed comic
No.
book movies in general. The reason being, it bombed so hard, it allowed comic book movies to start with a fresh slate. If that movie did well,
But
'Cause
we
no
would
more
not
Batman
have Batman Begins, The Dark Knight.
wait, wasn't Batman Forever after Batman and Robin?
No,
Batman Forever was after Batman Returns.
and before Batman and Robin. He's still laughing about the bat nipples.
The bat nipples.
Anyway, so if it wasn't for Batman and Robin, we would not have the Dark Knight trilogy. We would not have this new DC universe. And honestly,
Yeah.
we probably wouldn't even have the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay, hold on. I have an argument to that. If it hadn't
Don't you
bombed,
always?
we would have had all this DC stuff. Not nowhere near as well done, but we would have had it way earlier. We would have had it way out before Marvel, because that's what they were planning. They had already planned on doing a connected thing with the Superman movie and stuff.
Yeah, there was
And
they screwed up.
already a Batman and Superman movie, like Batman vs Superman movie, in the works back when. Do you guys remember that movie with Will Smith, I Am Legend?
Yes, I like that movie.
That same director was going to direct the Batman Superman movie, and he even included a logo in one of the billboards in the city, in one of the scenes of the movie, that looks exactly like the logo that they have now. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's right. We would have had all that stuff a whole lot sooner, but it would have been really crappily done.
The thing is, it would have been absolutely horrendous because the movie that they're
It would have been campy.
the movie that they are planning to tie in with Batman and Robin was Superman Lives. starring Nicolas Cage.
Oh God, that would
I
have been
remember
awful.
that.
No.
Okay, now do you guys know the actual story to that movie? Like
Yes.
what the actual like script was? The
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
script,
where I heard it, but I heard it.
the script in its original form before the producers got a hold of it was actually pretty decent because of the way. I mean, it had Brainiac in it, and the threat he posed was pretty decent. But then when they got to the producers and the director started casting, stuff got really weird. One of the producers demanded that there be a giant spider, mechanical spider, that Superman has to fight.
Yeah.
Kevin
Yeah.
Smith is the one who wrote the script. And Kevin Smith talked about this. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. There's a video on YouTube where he talks about the whole thing. And
I
he's
love
like, why the spider? What, that doesn't even fit anywhere in with what the rest of the stuff I've written. And I guess the director and the head producers were like, no, we're not going to go with that. Lo and behold, that same producer worked on
Wild
Wild West, and there was that mechanical spider.
What is up with
Tried
him
so
and the
hard.
spider?
I don't know. I don't know. So I mean, this was a train wreck, not because of the script in its original form, which you could find online is actually pretty decent, but once the studio heads, which it's Warner Brothers, every time the studio heads get involved, it turns to crap. So
Green Lantern.
yeah, and that's what ruined that for sure. But I'm so
Guys.
glad Nicolas Cage, no Superman. Oh, that was so awful.
Have you seen
Why
the
did
picture
they-
of him in
Oh.
the suit?
Yes.
So
It's
bad.
So great. It's
It
so
looks like someone smoked. Okay, it looked like someone ate some mushrooms, smoked some weed, and then got really drunk and then designed the costume.
Well, you know that costume was originally supposed to be the big closer costume, kind of like the silver costume was in Batman and Robin. The story was that Superman was supposed to die at the hands of Doomsday, and he was supposed to come back to life with that costume. Like that costume was supposed to bring him back to life somehow.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. It was
Okay.
pretty much just to sell toys.
I just
Oh, you mean his black and silver costume when he's like has his rocker hair and all that
Yeah.
stuff when he dies?
Yeah.
see. I don't mind. I don't think the costume is like that bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's really not. It's not terrible. I've seen
hate
worse. But Nicolas Cage, like, what were they thinking when? Like, I don't understand.
He is a
Have they
super Superman fan. His name is Kal-El.
Like,
Nah.
Like, have
No.
you seen? Have the people who are doing the movie seen like the casting and stuff? Have they even like read a Superman comic book?
The Wicker
Like-
Man or whatever the movie's called.
Like what?
And the thing is, the hair.
Yeah,
Like,
what
he
up with
had-
that hair, dude?
He had a receding hairline and long hair. He looked like the ultimate redneck.
He looked like Hulk Hogan.
What were they thinking?
Okay, well, I mean, and then Marvel was just like, hey, that's a good idea. Use Nick Cage.
Let's make him Ghost Rider.
Well,
Which I
let's
kinda like
that,
Ghost
that
Rider.
wasn't Marvel. Marvel didn't have a studio at that point with the whole Ghost Rider thing. That was by a totally different company.
Well, yeah,
It was-
but like Marvel still had a bit of a say. Like it wasn't as much as the say that they do now, but they still had a say.
What's
I
even
love-
worse, though, is that there was a company who thought, hey, this movie sucked, but we'll still make a sequel anyway with the
I know.
same actor.
Dude, I
Like,
always.
What? There's a sequel?
Yeah, Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah, there's two Ghost Rider movies, and they're both equally horrible.
Dude,
Oh my god!
My gripe
I
with
didn't
those
even know there was
movies
a second one.
is that whatever his name, Johnny Blaze, is his name.
Johnny
I think he's supposed to be like 20 years old. Nicolas Cage was like 55 when he made that movie.
Now, granted, he is a huge Ghost Rider fan too. Like he loves Superman and Ghost Rider.
Okay, so what? Like,
Yeah. So you
what-
gotta ruin both of those
it's what that's
franchises?
saying.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. You would think a guy who loves the character that much would be able to do that. I don't understand Nick Cage as an actor because there's sometimes he gets on like in Kick-Ass and totally freaking kills it. And then there's, I mean, like there's like all these some of these movies he just gets up there and he's brilliant. And then the next movie, I'm like, who is this guy? This is
I
Like
don't-
an
Well,
Astro Boy.
I don't like
He's just really over the top. Like in Kick-Ass, for instance, whenever his death scene, whatever, like he's just saying out, "Run, child, you have to live."
Yeah, that part was a little ridiculous.
I was like, "What the fuck? Nick Cage is supposed to be burning to death."
It was good.
But I think in the beginning though, he was a pretty good Big Daddy.
He was a good Big Daddy.
Yeah, he
Sounds really
definitely
weird
was
to say.
ass kick.
Yeah, like I
You're
thought.
gonna be fine, baby doll. That movie's so horrible.
But I just don't understand how he can, like, I mean, he's been nominated, I'm pretty sure he's been nominated for awards for some of the stuff he's done. So I don't understand how you could be, like, freaking amazing in one thing, and then for, like, the next 15 movies suck, then put out one more good one, and then for another 15 movie stretch suck. How does that happen? Like,
Cageology, bro. Cageology.
yeah, I don't know.
We're talking about really shitty comic book things. Have you guys seen that pilot for the Justice League TV show that they were supposed to have? With like,
No.
The Days
it
of
had,
Tomorrow?
had Guy Gardner as the Green Lantern.
Thank God it didn't get produced.
Ew.
No, like it was
No.
really bad.
MetaComix podcast, the only podcast where we could name drop Guy Gardner in literally every episode.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. I talked to Phil about that from last podcast too.
He's not happy about it, everyone. He was not happy.
No, but like it was bad. Like it was the Flash. It was Green Lantern. I don't really remember who it was. It was just really bad. It was just a bunch of B-list Justice Leaguers, maybe like C-list. B-list is being generous for some of them. It was.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't have the big three, obviously, and it was.
Whatever happened to Hawk Girl? I want my Hawk Girl back. I was so excited.
Wait, wait, what?
There was going to be a Hawk Girl show. Well, someone said there was a rumor, but apparently
Oh
it
yeah,
wasn't
there was a
true.
rumor, but the actress denied it. She was like, "No, that's not going to happen."
I'm upset.
I think at this point we should vote on what we think is the best superhero movie.
Hot girl.
I'm going to go ahead.
No, my defense for Dark Knight actually kind of swayed me too.
I'm still with my Iron Man. Like, I will not give up my Iron Man. Like, you guys, like, those are really good movies, but I'm standing by my Iron Man.
Okay, but is it your favorite, or do you really feel like it's the best? Because my favorite movie would definitely have to be Guardians of the Galaxy, but I would not. I'm saying that Captain America or Dark Knight are definitely better.
I'm going to go ahead and vote for Captain America Winter Soldier.
Why don't we let, like, our subscribers vote so we don't end up voting?
Yeah, how
And
about you
let them
guys vote?
decide?
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. I'll tell you what. Because I love humiliating myself on these things. If you guys vote for anything other than the Avengers, and like if you guys actually vote, the next podcast I will write with a Sharpie "damaged" on my forehead.
With the Sharpie?
With a Sharpie.
You gotta go all
Why
the
don't you
way, bro.
I really hope you have
eyeliner
one
and
of
then
these.
write it so it's not as permanent, and you can just wash it off after.
With
You gotta
Sharpie.
go all the
I
way,
stand
bro.
by.
See that?
I stand by, dude. I'm not gonna tattoo "damaged" on my head, Mike.
Do it,
Yeah.
man.
Speaking of tattooed damage, on the Suicide Squad trailer, I like how they showed.
You're not there yet.
Just
Okay.
patience.
I'm waiting.
We're
I'm
going.
waiting.
So, anyways,
Okay.
yes, guys, go ahead and leave your comments on this comment section down below as to what you think the best superhero movie is, Avengers. And if it's not, then yeah, I'll get damage tattoo on my forehead for next episode.
Guys, we
That's
can
a
all
promise.
agree the best superhero movie is Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Dude.
That was a
I
movie?
was
Yes.
thinking that,
We're
dude.
done.
I was thinking that.
Podcast
Done.
over. Rise of the
Yep.
Silver Surfer, #1 all time.
That
That's
was a
right.
movie? I didn't know that was a movie.
Yeah, Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Oh, I thought you meant, like, I thought they gave him his own, like, solo.
Why the hell would they do that?
That's why I was confused. I was like, why?
It's like Alec reached his hand into my brain and pulled out those words through my mouth because I was thinking the same thing. Like, who would give Silver Surfer his own movie? Don't you remember back in the 90s when he used to have that little insert in the Marvel Comics? Kids, stay cool. Or
Hey,
be
guys.
cool, stay in school.
But for real, have you guys read his current run of comics right now?
No.
I heard it was
No.
pretty good.
Yeah, I've
It's-
heard good things about it.
I have an
Mike,
old
anyway,
issue of
Mike,
Silver
you're
Surfer
Mr.
somewhere.
Marvel over here.
Dude, with
Come
all the
on.
titles they have coming out, I have to be so selective so I don't go broke.
Same.
Well, so
Wait, do comics come out tomorrow?
yeah. I'm gonna-
Book of Death is supposed to come out for Valiant tomorrow, and I'm pissed because I won't be able to get it right now.
Hey. So, anyways,
Oh, I can't buy anything either.
God,
speaking of comic book movies, a whole boatload of trailers got leaked and released this weekend at San Diego. Why did I say San Diego? San Diego
San-
Comic-Con. So San Diego Comic-Con happened. Where do we start, guys? So much happened.
Let's
Okay.
start with the least important one. That would be Fantastic Four.
Wait, no, hold on. I want to talk about the good ones because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. I don't care about Fantastic Four.
Okay, let's start with Deadpool first because that's the one that we had to see a potato can version of because they haven't finished they haven't finished the special effects
You
on
are
it.
missing out, Alec. Like, I don't care how bad quality that was. That movie looks amazing.
Yeah, Mike is going to take charge of this conversation.
Yeah, listen, I'm a huge Deadpool fan. I have Deadpool socks, okay? If you have Deadpool socks, you're a true blue fan, all right? So, I've been reading Deadpool a long time. I really love the character, and I couldn't have been more excited for this movie. But seeing that trailer, I am so sold that this may be one of the top best comic book movies ever. Because I've never seen this much attention to detail for a character, translating it from a comic book to a movie. For anything else. I mean, they have nailed his personality. The costume looks amazing. And, I mean, his humor is there. I mean, everything about him that you see in the comic books is there. And this is going to be totally different ground for a comic book movie. We've never seen anything like this, and I'm excited for it. That whole thing was just amazing.
One moment.
I heard that it was one of the more vulgar.
It was totally.
It was a rated R trailer.
Negasonic Teenage. What the shit? That's got to be like the coolest name ever.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what he said. It was hilarious.
Like I literally watched that part like 5 times because I was just like, that's so amazing.
For me, my favorite part is like when the guy was describing how ugly he was. He's like, you look like your face just went through a cheese grater. I'm just like, yes. And then he's like, I'm happy you're wearing your brown pants. I'm like.
Yeah, that whole part where he talks about in the leaked footage that kind of got this movie started, how he talks about, oh, you're probably wondering why the red suit. It's so bad guys don't see me bleed. Well, in the trailer, he's inside the SUV, and it's flipped over on its side, and all you can see is his guns out. And he's like, you're probably wondering why the red suit. It's so the guys don't see me bleed. Oh, this guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants. And then he just starts shooting. And it's like, I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I can't wait.
The best thing about this movie, I gotta say, and I didn't think I would ever say this about any movie. The best part about this movie is Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is a perfect Deadpool.
Yeah.
He is a super fan.
He's not even. I don't feel like it's kind of like the Tony Stark with, if that's how I feel how it is. He goes through his Twitter, and it sounds like something Deadpool would say almost every single tweet.
He's like Nick Cage level obsessed with the character. But yet he knows how to execute the acting.
Well, like Robert Downey level acting with the character.
Right.
Yes.
The best of both worlds. But like the thing about him is that like everyone goes to him for information about Deadpool. Like whenever that picture got released with him laying down next to a fireplace, his Twitter.
The bear.
Yeah. Whenever it got announced that the movie was greenlit, his Twitter. Now he's saying that the trailer is going to be out in 3 weeks from his Twitter. Like. He really wants to see this movie happen.
Well, he was the guy who was responsible for helping put together that test footage. That was like him and the director worked together to get that out. They've been wanting to do this movie a long time.
Well, yeah,
the studio didn't think there would be enough like fan support for it, but obviously they were wrong.
Very, very wrong. And I think it's going to be cool because has Marvel even released any R-rated?
No, Marvel's not going. Marvel Studios
Fox, yeah.
Is it even Marvel having like a hand in Deadpool?
No.
Yeah.
Deadpool's part of the X-Men Fantastic Four universe right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the funny thing about the Sony press conference. Not Sony, the Fox press conference. They were talking about Deadpool. They talked about X-Men Apocalypse. They showed all this concept art. They showed trailers.
No one cared.
Nothing for Fantastic Four.
No, they had Fantastic Four.
They had a thing for Fantastic Four. They did release a new trailer for that.
Yeah, I watched it.
It was. They
had a little panel and everything. It was.
But no one cared. So.
Yeah.
No one did care. Everyone was like, "Give me Deadpool."
Well, yeah, I want to watch this trailer. One is that I just really haven't found a good
I'll send it to you.
Thing, but like.
It's not
I don't
going
know
to be
if
good.
I want to, just because I don't want to ruin it whenever it gets released in 3 weeks.
But that makes it even better is that you see it in horrible quality, and then you see it in the HD quality, and you're more appreciative of it.
Okay, Alec, actually, thank you for bringing that up because I have something to say because Warner Brothers and DC being babies about their leak of Suicide Squad. They were
Yeah,
like,
they were.
oh, these people betrayed our trust and stuff. We let them in and everything, and it's just like, dude, San
No one cares.
Diego Comic Con. Every single person who does that, and every person who's posting those videos, they know damn well that those are going to be leaked within minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like everyone knows that. If you go to San Diego Comic Con, everything is leaked. No one cares about the no videotaping, no taking pictures. Everyone don't care. Everyone relies on that one person to release it. That one person, everyone is happy.
That one douchebag.
The other thing is, it's just like, because you also had Marvel and you had Fox react to the leaks. Marvel was just, when Marvel reacts, they're just like, damn Hydra.
Yeah.
But then Fox, they're just like, hey guys, we know that there's the crappy one leaking around. Just wait. We have the good one coming out in 3 weeks. We don't want to release a crappy one until we're ready. And then it's just like DC and Warner Brothers like, oh my God, why would you do that? I can't believe you. Because of that, we have to rush this out that's not ready. And it's just like, dude, could have just waited a week and we would have been fine with it. Like, all it's doing is giving you more press.
Here's the thing. If it was good enough for the people in Comic-Con, it was good enough for the internet. I don't understand that. Like, well, it's not ready. Like, well, it was good enough for them. It's good enough for us. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to see what the crap looks like. I mean, and that's what really amazed me about this Deadpool thing. I did not expect it to have the amount of fanfare that it had. Like, it got a standing ovation and then a demand for an encore.
Yeah,
and
encore.
They played it twice. And so far, a lot of people talking about the hype around that actually kind of almost eclipsed what was going on with Batman versus Superman, which is shocking to me, that being like the big draw this year. But it seems like there was more people impressed with how the Deadpool trailer turned out. Because, I mean, we kind of already expect stuff.
You also have to remember, DC, like, they've already released they've already released a little bit of a trailer for Batman vs. Superman. We already know a lot about Batman vs. Superman. We literally knew nothing about Deadpool other than it was going to have a couple X-Men characters in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, oh, it's going to be comic book accurate. That's pretty much all they really said. So, and like the fact of the matter is that Deadpool is a lot harder character to like get right, especially when from a company that has not a very good track record.
Yeah,
absolutely. I could agree with that.
They come and bring that up, and it's just damn. Whereas the Batman vs. Superman trailer, it was intense, but it's what I expected.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's where I was going with that too. And here's the thing, like you mentioned, what you just brought up there about how Fox has not had a really good track record with stuff. This movie could be the thing that changes that. And I think that's pretty amazing that they've had all these great characters, like the X-Men and all this stuff, and it's freaking Deadpool that could change.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Deadpool.
The one thing that they didn't want to make a movie for.
I don't get why they didn't want to. Like, Deadpool has had somewhat of a good fan base. I think everyone just started getting more upset about what they technically did at Deadpool, even though that wasn't Deadpool.
Well, it was supposed to be Deadpool. But the reason that they weren't going to do Deadpool was because of the fact that he does have a fan base, but most of the comic book movies were directed to kids, and they could not do a Deadpool kid movie without.
I'm happy they didn't.
Like, it would have failed. A Deadpool kid movie would have failed. It would have been a crappy Spider-Man movie with guns.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do Deadpool PG or PG-13. You can't do it PG ever. PG-13, that's really like, you really have to, water down the character and the humor and stuff like that. I mean, when I saw this test footage, the thing that struck me was how gory it is. Like, they only showed like one real scene of action, but I mean, there's brains and blood everywhere in that.
I'm gonna rewatch it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, I'm like, this is so accurate to the comic book. I mean, that's unbelievable how accurate and how much care they're taking to stay true to the source material. That just makes me so happy as a huge Deadpool fan. I mean, me personally, I'm looking forward to Deadpool way more than Batman vs. Superman. Maybe even more than Captain America, and that's a lot for me.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do you think they're going to be...
That is saying something.
Now, I have a question, though.
Yeah.
Since Marvel now has right to Spider-Man, right?
Shared rights.
Shared rights, yeah.
Okay, since it's shared rights, do you think they're going to throw Spider-Man in there for like a little quick cameo? 'Cause that'd be cool. Because it's Spidey and Deadpool.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing with Spider-Man is that Sony owns the rights, the full rights technically, and Fox and Sony don't really have too much chemistry together.
Boo.
And now that they have shared rights, that Sony has shared rights of Spider-Man with Marvel, they would have to cut Marvel in on that deal as well, which then gives Marvel access to X-Men and
Adamantium.
all that stuff. And that's going to be a no-go because Marvel and Fox hate each other, like, badly. So
Yeah, super bad.
that's why that's why Fox forced Marvel to write in a certain death for a certain character in a certain movie that came out this year. Trying not to ruin it for Alec.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I
I'm
got
so
spoiled.
upset. No.
Shh, okay. Well, anyways, moving on from potential spoilers for me.
You need to watch it so I can, like, cry.
Okay, I'll watch it soon. But-
Tears. Tears.
So, moving on from Deadpool, which everyone unanimously decides that it's amazing, right?
Absolutely. It's awesome.
What'd you guys think about probably? I would say it's the second biggest thing to come out of San Diego Comic-Con this year, which is the Suicide Squad.
Okay,
Now-
I'm going to be that guy who takes a leak in everybody's Cheerios. I hated it.
Really?
Yeah, I hated it. I don't like
You know-
Jared Leto's
Cheerios.
Joker.
Okay,
I
thought
don't like it at all.
I planned this. Mike, explain.
Okay.
My Cheerios, Mike.
I first off, I think this is one of the most unnecessary comic book movies ever. I just think it's
Ironically,
completely
Galaxy?
unnecessary. Huh?
Well,
Ooh.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh.
A
No.
much smaller, less
Yeah,
mainstream team.
But it was done for a purpose to tie in Thanos. I mean, they had an idea and a purpose to
Well,
do that. But
DC wants you to know their villains, though, because
Exactly.
the villains are also because in Marvel the villains are just kind of there for most part, from what I've read. Whereas in
Oh, I see,
DC the
I see.
villains, well, I mean, for most part, like there's different villains and stuff, but I mean overall for most part they're just kind of there. But with DC, most of the villains have like a lot of story to them that you actually find out.
for me,
And I mean,
the thing that killed me the most is definitely Harley Quinn and the Joker.
that's what,
What?
kills you the most?
Yes, absolutely. I hate the way she's doing Harley Quinn.
No, that is Harley Quinn, though.
No.
Listen,
you do
well,
not
no,
listen to her.
listen. Tara Strong.
Let's give
Tara Strong.
Okay, Tara
has
Strong.
the best voice for Harley. That is Harley Quinn to me. And if you
Okay.
can't do that level of voice acting, if you can't do that for me, it's just not going to be the same. So I had high hopes going into this that she would do all right, and she may do all right with the acting. But when I hear her talk in there, I don't see Harley. I don't
There's
see
one
that.
scene that I could agree on that with you, is the car scene with the Joker where she's like, well, I hope you got insurance.
Yeah, that was just horrible.
I could understand that, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why does Harley Quinn sound like a deep-voiced male smoker?
Now, as far as the Joker, it's not Jared Leto's acting, and it's not even the majority of his look at this point, minus the damage tattoo. I still think that's stupid. It's the
no.
freaking
Nothing's
teeth.
stupid.
The freaking teeth. It even makes him talk funny. Like he can't even touch. Like he's got a weird lisp almost because of the teeth. And I'm like, why does he have to? Why? I don't want Lil Wayne Joker. Okay, I want. So, like, that's what I feel like we got with that. So it's like that really genuinely pissed me off when I saw that. I'm
Lil
like,
Wayne Joker.
oh my gosh, that looks so stupid. I mean, I understand what they're going for. Like, it's going to be that whole, well, you know, he's been in fights with Batman, so, you know, he had some of his teeth knocked out. Okay, but did you have to put in the grill? Couldn't you just give him some fake teeth? I mean, why does it have to be the grill? That is the only thing about the Joker that I think is going to be terrible. I like the tattoos. The tattoos are growing on me, minus the damaged one, because of doing some research on Joker and looking into some things, seeing a certain run where he had a lot of that same look that Jared Leto has. So I cannot remember off the top of my head.
I know which one he's talking about. I don't remember what the name is either.
I
Yeah.
don't remember what the name is.
So I like what Jared Leto is doing with it, and I think his Joker laugh is creepy. Not nearly as
Oh,
good.
dude.
Not nearly as good as Heath Ledger, in my opinion. I mean, I still don't think he's that level. But then again, I have to wait to see the whole movie before I can honestly say that for sure. But from what little bit they gave us from the trailer, I still think Heath Ledger's Joker is the main one. But I absolutely hate everything else about the movie. It just doesn't seem interesting to me at all. I don't care really about Killer Croc being in, the Suicide Squad. I don't know. I just don't like the Suicide Squad at all. No.
Okay.
Whatever his name is.
In the context of Batman, sure, but in a standalone movie like this, where the Suicide Squad, I don't like the comic all that much, but I just don't like the idea. It's just like,
You don't like the idea of Suicide Squad?
nope.
That is one of the most original ideas I have heard in a long time. Just like the fact that you can get these horrendous, destructive people to work for good. Well,
But they're
Only
not
because they
working
have like
for
a bomb
good.
in their neck.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, are they still doing that? Because it
Yeah, they
almost didn't sound like they were doing that from the
I
way
feel like they
Waller was
still are.
talking.
No, they
I
still
feel like
are.
they
They're
are.
going to do that.
They have to do it because that's a part of Suicide Squad. They can't.
Otherwise, how they can
Yeah. One of the characters, one of the two little ones on the side from that picture, I can't remember. It's
What's his
Elliot.
name?
It's like
What's his
Elliot
name?
and some other one.
Skrillex? Is it Skrillex? I think it's something Skrillex.
It's not Skrillex.
Yeah,
That's
something
that's a
like that.
musician.
I
But no,
know, but it sounds something like Skrillex.
It does start with an
or something
S.
like that.
I'm
It
pretty
starts
sure
with an S, and it sounds like it sounds like someone who makes dubstep. That person, I have a theory. It's like I've seen a whole bunch of theories about who's gonna die first, and everyone's
he's
like,
gonna die first.
because
in
someone's
the
gonna have to be like, nah, the bombs in her head aren't real,
Exactly.
blah 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 blah, and then it's kind of like in the
Well, that's
animated movie where Amanda Waller's like, okay, you can leave, and then they walk out and boom.
Well,
Yeah.
because in the original comics, he is one of the original people, but he's he's just like, oh, I don't believe this is bull. Boom. So I'm just like, they better do that. I'm gonna be pissed if they don't.
See, I'm really excited for this movie, and this trailer has made me more excited for. Originally, I despised the Suicide Squad just because of just the amount of leaks that were surrounding the movie. But this trailer reinvigorated my hope for it.
I like
Now,
the music
with
and
that
what's
being
with it.
said, I feel like it's going to suffer from something that a lot of movies these days suffer from, which is Spider-Man 3 syndrome. Which is having too many characters to establish good characters. The reason I'm saying this is because, Killer Croc, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Joker, and it seems like the Enchantress now, from this trailer, they're going to play critical roles in this movie. So they're going to have backstories. But how about all the other characters?
Slipknot. His name is Slipknot.
Slipknot.
I don't think that they're going to have a backstory for the Joker. They're not going to have a backstory for the Joker.
They're not going to have a backstory for the Joker, but they're going to
I
have an
think if
origin
they're
story
going
for
to do a
Harley Quinn.
backstory for the Joker, it's going to be Joker and Harley put together. But
Yeah, that's what it's gonna
from what
be.
it looks like from the trailer, it looks like it's going to be mainly based on Harley.
Deadshot and
awesome.
Harley. And I mean,
Mhm.
Enchantress has a lot of scenes in the trailer.
I don't
She
like
opens
that
the
they
trailer.
have Deadshot as one of the main people, because he's not. He shouldn't be one of
Well,
the main people.
no,
but they
I
just
mean,
have
they
him
still-
as that because it's Will Smith.
Well, I mean, Rick Flag is the leader. Supposedly.
Yeah. But you have Deadshot calling all the shots at least in the trailer.
Well, I mean, there's nothing that Deadshot doesn't do in the comics. He's the one that coined the term Suicide Squad
Yeah.
in the comics, so I mean that just makes sense. He is the most tactitious and smartest of the group, including Rick Flag. And he's
Now, here's
kind of the most interesting.
Here's my thing. This is a first trailer, so I hate this first trailer. I do. So, but that
Accept
doesn't
it.
mean that the movie is going to suck. I don't have much interest in the movie, but that could change depending on what else is shown over time as it gets closer to this to go. What really bothers me though is the way that this is kind of like a prequel to what's happening to Batman versus Superman. I don't know. It just seems like it's weird placement to me to have this movie
Is it a
coming out.
prequel or is it after Batman vs
No,
Superman?
no, it's placed in after, but it's going to be loaded with flashbacks. That's good.
Okay. Because I'm just I know that it's after Man of Steel. It's obvious it has to be after Man of Steel, obviously.
Yeah.
Because they talk about Superman.
And Batman's in it too, so.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's going to be. I think they're going to make these movies chronological. They're not going to say, well, Suicide Squad takes place between these two movies or anything like that.
Yeah, that
But-
would be weird. That would be way too confusing.
But okay, Isabel, let's talk about this. How awesome is Harley Quinn?
She's beautiful.
She's awesome.
She's so beautiful.
Fantastic.
I love her so much. I don't like that she doesn't have the voice. That's the only part that bothers me. So I might agree with you on that one. Harley needs to have her higher pudding type thing.
Yeah.
Have it, but I'm okay.
Yeah, like that's what kills it for me. Like I think she's got the look. I mean, she definitely is Harley Quinn, but nobody. See, that's what I'm saying. We got spoiled by these Arkham games and some of the animated stuff with Tara Strong because
And
she's
even in
so
Arrow,
freaking good.
Okay, I don't feel like you can really compare the animated things though, because of the fact that you have the best voice of Batman ever.
Kevin Conroy,
You have Mark
Hamill.
And it's just you can't compare them because they age, but they can still play the parts. So you can't really do that with actors. You can do that with voice actors, but not actors.
But I mean, she could try
But
harder.
she can make the accent Harley has is like somewhat of a New York
it's a New York accent.
She can add that onto it and it'd still be okay. That'd make me happy.
Margot Robbie can do it. Wolf of Wall Street, she had a New York accent.
And that would be great. I think that's what everyone was so happy about when she was first cast. They're like, she's done the New York accent, which makes it even better.
Just like Harley Quinn.
She looks like if you look at her wrong, she will pull out like a switchblade and be like, "Hey,
Hammer out of
you want
nowhere."
Now, my 3 favorite scenes in this trailer was first, whenever it proved that Harley Quinn could play crazy. Whenever Amanda Waller walks in, she's like, "Are you the devil?" And she's like, "Damn, that's great." And then it's a short like it's like a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. But whenever she has the baseball bat,
yes,
yeah, and she's like,
that was my favorite.
I'm just like, that's something Harley Quinn would do. And
my favorite part. Go.
And Captain Boomerang saying, you know what they say about the crazy ones, and she's just like,
huh? My favorite parts were, well, I'm gonna go from like my top 3, and then my favorite one's gonna be my favorite one.
Okay.
My third favorite is Harley Quinn when like they're trying to get into her cage and she's killing everyone.
Oh yeah.
The second one is when you see the panda shooting up the place.
Yeah, the Batman, the giant eyeball.
And Mike, this might bother you. My favorite part was when the Joker's like, "No, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm gonna hurt you really, really bad." And it's like,
that was everyone's favorite part.
Yes.
So great.
Like, well,
Yeah, I love that part. I just don't like the teeth.
Yes.
That's the only thing killing me about his look and about his whole thing. He was way better as a Joker than what I thought he was going to be, and I already thought he was going to do a good job. But it's even better. It's just the freaking grill. It's killing me.
Yeah, no.
I think
I
for
hate
me,
Jared Leto's look.
it seems that like for his Joker, he like viewing wise, he's like the most extravagant. But when it comes to him actually like speaking and being the Joker, he's more like a calm crazy, which is kind of a little scarier than Heath Ledger's. Like, I'm gonna just shoot at everyone up and no one cares.
That's more like Jack Nicholson's Joker. He's not like a crazy anarchist. He's kind of like, I'll kill you with a smile.
I don't think he's gonna be like Jack Nicholson.
I think he's still gonna be like.
He's gonna be his own. He's gonna be a psychopath, but he's gonna be different in that. I already talked about the other one, about Heath Ledger's Joker, but in comparison to Jack Nicholson, he's more of a business Mongol kind of thing, where he is a crime boss. Mm-hmm. And Joker has been crime bosses before, but it's really weird to see him as an actual crime boss in that manner, in a classic crime boss manner. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So now I think he's more gonna be like how he's been lately in the comic books, whereas he's more just kind of like,
insane.
Oh, haha! Look at this shit! I just blew that up. That's so much fun. Let's go kill some people, guys.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm most fearful of, because I mean Jack Nicholson. I mean not Jack Nicholson. What's his name? The new Joker.
Jared Leto?
Jared Leto. Yeah, Jared Leto. I'm sorry, his name slipped my mind. Okay, so Jared Leto, he has the acting chops to pull off a Joker, but I'm just afraid that the writing is going to make him less of like the crazy strategic maniac that the Joker is, and more of like this threatening entity.
But from what I've heard from like newspaper articles and what I've like read and stuff, I heard that he's getting so into it they have to keep like a psychiatrist and a support therapist on set.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
after what happened to Heath Ledger, I'm sure that they would, because
Jared
he
Leto,
got,
an insanely talented actor.
Yeah.
yeah, he's a method actor, so I
They
mean,
gotta
just
stop
like,
getting these method actors to play the Joker.
yeah,
It's
I mean that's
good.
just
Like
crazy.
they're getting
Yeah,
really
well,
into it, which makes it a great experience.
Oh yeah, it's great for us, but they're gonna ruin their lives doing this.
Especially the Joker, because the Joker, I feel like every person that plays a Joker has lost it.
Hey,
Well, he's insane.
yeah, well, look at what Jack Nicholson did. Jack Nicholson sent a letter to Heath Ledger and was like, "Hey, man, you seriously will need to get some professional help after you're done with this, because this role starts to take over once you start immersing yourself." I don't know how well Heath Ledger actually listened. Obviously, you know, he had some real issues after that was completed, so
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's pretty creepy. But I'll tell you one thing: I can believe that Jared Leto's Joker is crazy enough to beat Jason Todd to death with a crowbar.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna put it to rest right now because everyone keeps on saying, "Oh yeah, you know, he was torturing Jason Todd in that scene."
No, it was Harley.
Harley Quinn.
They show it like when he's walking up to the table in the first
Yeah,
scene.
it's her.
and
It's
I
Harley
really-
Quinzel.
You see her
Yeah.
on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it wasn't her when we see her in the beginning. It looks like it was her before anything.
Yeah, but
No,
like,
yeah, we're
I
not
would
gonna-
like to see that. I would like to see him kill Jason Todd.
I
would
would
love
like
to see
that.
that.
I would love to see him beat the
I
living
think if
crap out of
anything,
him.
if anything, we will see the flashback scene that we kind of like one of the scenes that you see in Death of the Family, where you just see Joker's face smiling while he's swinging down. I don't think
Yeah.
we're going to see Jason Todd at all. I think that's.
I feel-
No,
if
totally not.
anything, it's going to be that.
They're not gonna cast Jason Todd this early on.
Yeah.
No. Here's my theory. I think that they are going to allude to Jason Todd, like Josh was saying, and I think that the solo Batman movie that's going to be written by Jeff Johns and Ben Affleck and directed by Ben Affleck is going to do
so
the
amazing.
Under the Red Hood storyline.
Oh, dude, I would love
sincerely
Under the
hope-
Red Hood.
I know. I so hope they do it. Imagine Ben Affleck's directing skills, along with Jeff Johns helping him write this.
Yeah.
Put that storyline out there. I think that right there would be the definitive Batman movie of all time.
And my
Don't
my
they
favorite
kind of
thing
hint
about
at it
this,
in the Batman v Superman trailer? Because like it's Robin's suit and it looks like Joker writing across it.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, we talked enough about Suicide Squad at this point. But
Well,
before we
we're
move on
already
to
Batman and Superman at this point.
before we move on to Batman vs Superman, what do you guys think about Death in the Family finally getting an animated movie?
About time.
Wait, I thought it was the Killing Joke getting the animated movie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Killing
Killing
Joke.
Joke. Killing Joke. I'm sorry. You're right.
I'm happy.
Death in the Family already kind of did Under the Red Hood.
See,
But-
DC's animated universe is awesome. Like, they are not afraid to go anywhere with it. Like, they're like, oh, we'll drop some F-bombs here, we'll kill some people here, and hey, we don't really care.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They don't
Well,
really
wait,
care.
is it their animated movies or is it the animated universe? Because they have both. they
Yeah,
actually have like 3 animated universes, but they have a
Yeah.
current one going right now.
The current
Which
one.
sucks.
I
I'm
like
not
it.
gonna be that
Sucks.
guy.
It's definitely not like
I
it's
like
definitely
it.
not that good, but it's definitely not. I don't think it sucked, but
Throne of Atlantis.
okay, yeah, Throne of Atlantis sucked.
Terrible. Son of
I could not
Batman.
watch that movie. I fell asleep 3
Son
times.
of Batman was good. Do not. No.
Son of
No.
Batman. You like that?
I
I
didn't
did.
even watch that
I
one.
didn't think it was bad, but I still don't.
It could have been
I
better.
think, yeah, I just have a problem with Damien.
I hated
The thing with Damien is that like they totally overpowered him. Like he kicked Deathstroke's ass.
which is cool.
Dude, he's 11. Deathstroke
You know
is
who
a
was
murderer
trained
that's
by?
been on this for like
Do you
20 years.
understand who
Who
trained him?
cares? Do you understand who trained Deathstroke? Do you understand that he's a super soldier?
Yeah, but still, Damien,
Wait,
he would have
and
done
realize
Trained
it.
assassin?
that they were trained by the same people, right?
Yeah.
Deathstroke and Damien.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They overpowered him, and I haven't even seen Batman versus Robin just because like
It
I'm
was
not interested in that.
the ending of it. Like it was good until the ending happened. At the ending, I was like, I closed my laptop and I was like, I stayed awake till 2:00 in the morning for this. I am done with everyone and everything because
Batman
I
versus
hated the
Robin
ending.
was- No, Batman versus Robin was
I was angry.
Damien die.
No,
sadly
Oh.
not.
So
I
it's-
was just angry, very,
it
very
was a bad
angry.
ending.
No,
It wasn't even Batman versus Robin for the most part.
I just
that
liked
sucks.
Dick Grayson being Dick Grayson with.
I love Dick Grayson being Dick Grayson.
He's my favorite. But anyway,
Except for the fact that Dick Grayson looked like he belonged in Mad Men for some reason. over there with like that, like 3 buttons down and has the gold chain, black slim clothing and stuff. I was just like, that's not okay. But no, back to Batman versus Superman though.
Yeah.
Can I rant?
Not yet. Hold on.
No, yeah. First, I want to hear Mike's opinion on the trailer.
I really enjoyed the trailer. I thought it was really cool. I haven't been excited about the movie. I've been really skeptical about Batman versus Superman.
Oh yeah. If you need any further proof, check out our last podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I mean, super skeptical about it. But this trailer, finally getting to see some of what they're doing and getting the basic story, really made a big difference for me. Like seeing that Bruce Wayne was there during the fight between Zod and Superman made all the freaking difference in the world as to how I viewed this movie. And I think that, you know, obviously being in the realm of politics day in and day out, I really enjoy the pitting of 2 different ideologies here. It's not just Batman versus Superman, it's how they view the world. Like Superman hates the way Batman does things because he sees him as, you know, a terror and a threat. Meanwhile, Batman is thinking the same thing about Superman, just in a different way. And I mean, this Batman is obviously really, really dark. I mean, burning his logo into people's skin and.
Oh yeah, dude, that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
the desert scene.
Yeah,
Oh, the desert scene. I want to see Desert Batman so much. I want that cosplay costume.
Yeah, I mean that was just like that made all the difference to me, and I am so happy with Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he's gonna kill it.
Ben Affleck is a Bruce Wayne. Just that opening scene with him running into the dust cloud, it gave me goosebumps. I was like, what?
Okay, someone got the footage from Man of Steel and then from the trailer, and they matched them up. They are like literally perfect down to like the second. It is amazing, just from a different view. Like you see Zod in the building shooting lasers, like shooting his heat vision, and outside you see him, and like you literally see Zod moving his head up and down. And then if you look at the bottom frame, you see it from Bruce's point of view. You see them moving in that exact manner. It's just like that is
great attention to detail.
Something that I'm not sure how I feel about it, and they said that was the biggest thing that they changed about the continuity, is that they put Gotham and Metropolis right next to each other.
I really don't care about that because they've done that. They've done so many similar things to that in like every iteration of like anything that's on TV. Like, like the fact that they had Smallville right next to Gotham, or they have, like in the Flash and stuff, you see them going to like Coast City and stuff like this all the time, and it's just like that's on the other
makes
side.
more sense.
That's on the other side of the country. Like it's understandable for Flash to do that, but
it was just my own personal.
Not the entire team where they go out to Ferris Air, and it's just like, well, how are you guys in Coast City when did you guys just drive like across country just to see him run?
Well, I mean, the way that like I see it is that Metropolis is as bright and shiny every day, the American dream kind of thing, and then Gotham is like the city where it's always dark and rainy. And I just imagine those right next to each other, like this is just like giant rain cloud above Gotham.
That's what they wanted it to be, because Gotham is still really big and it's still really industrial. It's just dirty and dark.
Yeah,
okay.
They were saying that.
I have some insight to that. I live near 2 big cities. I live near Dayton and I live near Cincinnati. When you go into Dayton, it's very artsy and kind of vibrant. You go down to Cincinnati and it's like death, and they're only like 45 minutes apart. You go into Cincinnati and it's like you can already feel that there's people wanting to kill you. But when you walk into the
So you're saying that you live in Smallville?
Pretty much, and it's about the same population, actually. Like no joke. So, I mean, I think that's totally feasible, and I think it's a good idea to do that because it makes sense in a movie universe to do that. You know, it just does. It makes total sense to do that. Something else I noticed about this trailer is if you look at Man of Steel and you look at this trailer, you're going to notice a huge difference in the color scheme.
Oh, yeah,
it's
totally.
much brighter. So much better.
That gray.
Yeah, exactly.
No lens flares in the trailer.
Except for that one when you look up at Superman. There's got to be a lens flare when you look up at Superman.
Because he is God.
Talking about dude. That's another gripe that I have with this trailer. No, the trailer is amazing, and the movie I cannot wait to see. I want a Batman vs Superman logo burned into my chest. Not really, but
you know that's a thing, right?
that's weird.
That is a thing. People do that.
That's weird. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I was just kidding, guys. But
I don't judge.
the whole Martha Kent speech kind of like made me uneasy.
Yeah, I was just like,
well,
Martha,
I mean-
what are you telling him?
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you guys haven't realized this, I realized this the first time I watched it. Superman doesn't have any speaking lines. It's always other people speaking for him.
He has
It's like
one
Lex
line
Luthor saying, "Oh, what?"
where he talks about not liking Batman, and then Perry White's like, nobody cares about Clark Kent not liking Batman or something like that.
I don't remember
But he
him
doesn't
talking.
even
I just
talk
remember
then.
Perry White talking to him.
He doesn't
Yeah, it
even
was-
talk. He's just leaning back.
Yeah.
No, he talks. It's the voiceover.
Oh, okay.
Voiceover leading into that scene. That's what he was talking about. Otherwise, him looking at Clark doesn't really make that much sense. Is that voiceover going into there? He's like, this guy is a terror and blah blah blah, and then he's like, you don't get to choose what to write or something like that. He's like, that's
No one cares about Clark. Oh yeah, and I love how they worded it. It's like no one cares about Clark Kent fighting the Batman vigilante. It's like they're just not letting that go. Like he's an asshole. Yeah, you guys need to realize this. Batman. It seems like Batman kills people. He kills them without really killing them.
Alec, you brought up a good point a second ago about Martha Kent saying whatever, like that stupid crap that she was saying. They really screwed up the Kents in this continuity.
They
Yeah,
did. Like usually they're just like,
They're just stupid in this continuity. They're dicks.
Yeah,
I'm so used to them being
assholes.
like, you
no
go do
one
good for
can kill
others.
someone.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
How
really killed Zod. He has asshole parents.
how in the
Told-
world
told
did
him to drown a bus of kids so that way he didn't get caught.
how in
Let
the
him
world is he
drown.
supposed to be this hero, this savior of the world, being raised like that? That was why he was the way he was in the comic books. Here, that's why he is that way. It's because
Yeah, he has that
of
good
the
moral
influence of the
sense.
Kents. Like that's why we explored what would happen if Clark Kent grew up with different parents in Red Sun.
That's
Yeah,
why
exactly.
that's why he's in. That's why they put him in Kansas, because of Southern hospitality.
And I got really pissed at that
Southern.
speech because I'm like, wait a minute, he doesn't owe the world anything. He freaking leveled an entire city, killed
Yeah,
hundreds of
he
people. He
killed-
doesn't owe
yeah.
anybody anything. He lied about being here, and he doesn't owe us anything. No.
I
No,
forgot.
when Martha saying like, you don't know him anything, you don't get to do anything. I'm just like, Martha.
I forgot where it was in the trailer, but someone's like, "Yeah, that battle with Zod killed dozens." I'm like, dozens?
It
Try
killed
thousands.
I think it killed about 1 million people.
Like that killed 24 people. Like,
Yeah.
I,
No, it killed million. I think
I'm
I
just
feel
like,
like
all right, you have
Little-
it brought
I'm sorry,
down
people?
at least at the very, very, very bare minimum 5 buildings. Definitely more than that though.
But wait, remember they had the little zoom beams? They were like 2 of them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
the,
at least like
the
10, 15
planet
buildings.
things.
And they did not evacuate those people.
Because they
And
didn't know.
Those buildings
A
had to,
million
have,
people.
had to have had dozens of people inside them.
1 million people dead.
Yeah. But
and,
okay.
and remember, it was also sucking up stuff into it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not even counting people who are walking on the street, because it's a big ass city, so there's going to be people walking on the streets.
They
What
were
about the
saying that
people
that's
that
how
got
they're gonna.
Just, there's no way dozens of people died. Maybe in the first, like,
1 million.
maybe in Smallville, yeah, dozens. Yeah, they didn't even mention Smallville. And the fact that he leveled that town,
They
essentially.
messed up an
Oh,
IHOP,
sure.
dude. You don't just do that.
Well, here's the
There
thing
was
too.
so much hot.
What about all of the all the stuff they breathed in? That's going to kill hundreds of more people later from all the cancers and everything. For crying out loud! What do you mean? But it just killed me. Like he doesn't owe anything. Like Zod came because he was here. He owes an explanation for that at the
Yeah.
least. We
Like, shut
accepted
up, Martha
him.
Kent.
We accepted him into this world without even knowing that he was this way, and then brings all this calamity, and he doesn't owe anybody anything. This
Yeah,
is not
and-
the Kents. This
And
is not
Martha
the Kents.
Yeah, she's pretty much telling him like, "Hey, it's okay to play God. Like, yeah, it's okay. Whenever you save people, just fly above them and look down on them all the time."
That's why I think I love this movie so much, is that I really believe Superman is more or less the first villain of this movie. I feel like
Yeah.
that's the direction they're taking, is that
Mhm.
he even looks like he's starting to get full of himself.
Yeah.
And
Did you see
like,
those little soldiers wearing like
Soldiers.
this?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the ones who attacked Batman in the desert.
Exactly. Batman was whooping their asses.
Which I want to know. I want to know, like, I really want to know what the hell's going on with that.
Yeah, what's up with that, dude?
Why is he in a desert getting attacked by Superman militia?
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
is there a Superman militia? Is my question.
Why is he in the? Why does he have a desert bat suit? And where can I
Why
get
not?
one?
Well, I mean, it's Batman. Of course, he has a bat suit for every.
He has goggles and the.
Oh my God, the Batman, his suit for Superman. Like as soon as I saw it, I was just like thinking of Batman Returns, and was like, yeah.
Oh
Like,
my
yeah.
god! That scene where Batman just evades the
Oh
the
my
heat vision.
god! With
Whoa! I
Oh,
was just like, ah, ah.
all right.
Can we talk about Wonder Woman now?
That's what I was about to talk about.
Before we talk about Wonder Woman, I just want to say is that this trailer solidified like my suspicions. Whoever I thought that Jesse Eisenberg was just gonna play Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh my
in this
god!
movie. Jesse Eisenberg
That was
just
so
plays Jesse
bad.
Eisenberg in this movie.
Oh, that
Okay.
almost ruined the
The
trailer.
red coats are coming. The red capes are coming.
The red kids are coming.
Okay, before we let Isabel rant about Wonder Woman, I just want to say we were all right. Every single fan of the comic books who thought this is a horrible idea. I had so many people give me grief over, oh no, you haven't even seen Jesse Eisenberg. He's going to be awesome. Well, there you go.
Are you sure? Are you
I mean,
sure?
No, he sucks. He
Yeah.
sucks as Lex Luthor. I'll just say, you know what? He is the worst Lex Luthor I have ever seen. I could have crapped out Mr. Hanky, and he could have been freaking
my
a better
God.
Lex Luthor than this guy. I mean, come
I could've been
on.
Lex Luthor.
They really should have brought Kevin Spacey.
Puff it and do better.
For real. Yeah, Lex Luthor. I just hope he doesn't play too prominent of a role in this movie.
It looks like he does because it
Yeah.
looks at one point that Superman was gonna murder him, which I would have been all for.
Yeah, please, just like take him out. But funny enough, one of my favorite scenes in this trailer has to be from Wonder Woman.
Okay, hold on. Before Isabel goes off, because I know exactly what she's going to say.
I already talked to you about it.
Every single one of these characters has something about them that from the casting that somebody does not like, and it's always going to be like that for every single character. For Batman,
But
Ben Affleck, no one wanted Ben Affleck because of the fact that he screwed up with he didn't screw up with Daredevil. He actually did pretty good in Daredevil, but that was a shitty movie.
but the
I'm
thing
giving
about
Ben Affleck a
Hold on.
chance.
okay.
And then you have Henry Cavill, unknown, nobody really gives a shit about him.
And he was British.
And then you have just a bunch of these characters who just like everyone's just kind of like really hesitant about at first. Like even Jared Leto, everyone was hesitant about him, but once they see his scene, they're just like, oh, okay, because of how he looked terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know-
Gal Gadot looks amazing in every aspect
hell
except for
yeah.
height. And like
Here's all the heights.
Isabel does. Like that's the only thing about her that does not fit. Everything else has, and she's not really muscular and stuff, but that's okay.
I think she looks perfect.
They have time to work on that. They can work her out more and stuff. But because even Hugh Jackman was not as ripped in the first X-Men movie as he was by the end. So
Well, the thing about that is that yes, Henry Cavill was an unknown British guy. No one really liked him. Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
What's it called? Ben Affleck. He wasn't really popular with the superhero genre. But the thing with Jesse Eisenberg, the reason why everyone
You cut out.
yeah,
Did he freeze?
yeah.
We might have lost Alec.
Well,
Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh,
There
there
you
he
go.
is.
You're back.
I was gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were cut out really bad.
Oh crap.
It's all right.
For me, you're frozen.
I was just saying that I hate Jesse Eisenberg.
oh yeah,
that-
everyone hates Jesse Eisenberg. I don't care about that.
He's
Yeah,
good
the
on
reason-
pot movies.
Yeah, the reason why, everyone thinks that Jesse Eisenberg is bad, just like you said, every actor has this predetermined notion, that someone's gonna hate him. It's his acting. Like with Henry Cavill, he's just Henry Cavill. With Ben Affleck, he wasn't very popular with the superhero genre, but like Jesse Eisenberg. Just he acts like Jesse Eisenberg. And
Well,
yeah.
and he's a
Not Lex
big
Luthor.
douche.
I
mean,
don't care about Jesse Eisenberg right now. Like, I really don't care about him because I saw a few seconds of him and it just completely turned me off. I was giving him a chance.
The
He
red
had that
capes are
chance to
coming.
ruin
Did you
it.
read- Did you see what he said about Comic-Con?
Yeah, he was talking about how it was like genocide or something, and I was like, what?
Like, we are the ones who are going to be buying the movie tickets to pay your bills, and you just insulted all of us. You know what? I would be perfectly fine if they canceled his contract after this and recasted, and then just act like nothing ever happened. I'd be fine.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, good.
But anyways,
Bring back Kevin Spacey.
as I was, yeah, that's exactly. Gal Gadot, like, in the very few scenes that you see her in the trailer, she looks amazing. Like when you see her fight, like you see her like defending herself, you see it's so cool. I want to see her like in more action, and we're gonna see that in the next trailer most likely.
Oh, hopefully.
We're gonna see her at least fight for like 2 seconds, but I think she looks amazing. Yes, she could be bigger. She probably should be. It makes more sense that way, but she's not, and that's one aspect of the character, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Because I'm fine with one aspect of a character not being something I like, as long as everything else is on point.
Well, so on this edition of MetaComix Rants, we have
All right, Isabel, let's go. Let's see this.
No! She's pretty. She is really pretty. Like when she was thrown against the rock and she looked like she was about to beat someone's like ass, I was like, yes, you look great. But the other part of me is like, you're an ex-model. Don't believe any of your acting skills at all until I see her act. Then maybe I'll be sold. But I have yet to see her act. Has she been in any movies? Has she?
Yes, I think so. I could have sworn because I was looking at her earlier.
I'm
Tell
pretty
me
sure
if
she's
she's
been
in
in
it.
something, but I've never seen it.
I've never seen it as well.
So it's not important. Anyways.
Yeah, you could assume if I haven't seen it, it's not important.
Okay, yeah, she was in Fast. Oh yeah, she was in like almost all the Fast and Furious movies.
Really?
Yeah, she was in Fast and Furious. She was in Furious. She was in Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, and Furious 7. God, why are those so confusing? Like those names.
I don't know. Well, I mean, Iggy was also in Fast and Furious, so
Oh, she was.
that's not a trophy.
Well, yeah, but she was in more than one of them. And then let's see.
So is Tyrese Gibson.
She
I would
is
have remembered her if I've seen her in the Fast and Furious movies.
Well,
she
anyway,
is the character Giselle. She was on a TV show called Asper.
No.
Another TV show. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that.
oh, please do.
Try to pronounce it.
No, but most of these, like the ones that she seems that like all the like TV shows and stuff, seem like they're probably foreign. And then she was on an episode of Entourage too.
One episode of Entourage.
One episode.
Anyway.
Of Entourage.
So continue, Isabel.
So I don't believe in her acting abilities because I think if she was a good enough actress in the Fast and Furious franchise, I would have remembered her because I remember all the other people in the movie.
Shit, I don't. There's way too many people in those movies. Like,
I've
I
only seen one of
remember
them.
them. I remember
like
them.
50 characters in all the movies.
Anyways, so other than that, I don't believe in her acting ability. I like that she is pretty. Cool, she's pretty. But to me, that's the only thing she has going for her.
They like
she's
to
really
get
pretty.
unknown characters though. Like they like to get unknown actors.
That's Marvel.
DC also. Have you not seen Henry Cavill? They like
Henry Cavill is
everybody likes to do that.
different.
They like to get unknown actors who do like very little stuff, especially for big parts like this, because it makes them so much bigger. And then everyone's like, "Oh, who's this person? I'm gonna go look this up." And yeah,
Unless it's Batman, and then they get the biggest A-lister they can find because that's their, like, go-to. Well, if all this other crap falls apart, we always have Batman.
Michael Keaton.
yeah. I'm really surprised they did not do that with Spider-Man though. Like I am 100% surprised they did not do that with Spider-Man.
I'm just surprised it's not Butterfield.
Oh no, they did originally the first 2 times.
Yeah. We saw how that worked.
Yeah.
Nope. So maybe it's good that they're adopting this. But besides Gal Gadot and her acting prowess, is there anything that you don't like about Wonder Woman?
She's tiny. Very, very
Not
tiny. She's
tiny.
tiny. Tiny.
Not so tiny.
She has a body of a supermodel. Which
In comparison to
for
Superman,
her.
He's average. In comparison to Superman, she's average. In comparison to Batman, she's tiny.
Well, I mean,
You know, Henry
Batman-
Cavill added on a lot of weight for the role again, right?
Yeah,
No, I don't, but I know that Henry Cavill did.
All together, it's like Batman is like huge, then you have Henry who's like pretty big, and you have Gal who's average.
She's has the body of a supermodel, which props to her, because that's a lot of work just in itself. But the whole point of the supermodel body is to be lean and thin. That's it. Wonder Woman is supposed to be an Amazon goddess, which she's supposed to be pretty. She's supposed to be as tall as Superman, and sometimes she's even depicted taller.
I think you're giving Gal Gadot too high of a pedestal to stand on.
Yeah.
You're like,
It
you
is a high
gotta do this.
pedestal.
You
It's
gotta
Wonder
do
Woman.
this. You gotta look like this.
It's
like
Wonder Woman.
saying,
Okay.
well, I mean,
I'm giving her a
casting.
pedestal.
You have to think practical at the same time.
I think they could have found it.
I think that they found what they were looking for this
Cheap?
movie.
Me too.
Like,
I
she
feel like-
looks cool. I give her that. She looked cool when she was thrown around, but I feel like it's a deep little
Well,
part of me that was happy that she was thrown.
you. How about whenever she cleans her things together and like he calls the Megaton punch? How'd you feel about that?
Oh, what?
Whenever she like punched
Her,
the thing
her
and like
armbands or whatever.
Oh yeah, her armbands. Okay, yeah.
No, I didn't like that. Her
What's wrong with you?
bands don't do that. Her bands don't do that.
they do now.
No!
Just deal with it.
Like,
They've
I was
done it before.
barely able to deal with Superman killing someone. I'm not going to be able with her, like, smacking her gauntlets together to be like, let's make a blast. No, they're supposed to deflect bullets. That's it.
Well, I mean, maybe it wasn't that. You don't know what the content or the context of that.
It's Wonder
Yeah,
Woman's suit.
I
I
didn't think she was hitting them together to like defend something. I thought she was hitting them together so she could defend herself, not to.
It looked like she
hit
was
them.
hitting them together to make that, like, blast. But either
I
way,
thought
it's
she
not
was,
supposed
no,
to
I
be.
thought she was protecting herself from the blast. I don't know.
No, I think from how many times I've already seen the trailer, she's done it so, like, from what it looked like, she banged them together and then it was boom.
Okay, that doesn't make sense.
Well,
Do not
maybe
change
it was some
Wonder
kind of
Woman.
special property. Well, we all know that. Okay, I'm gonna be the one to just reveal it. It's confirmed from Alec. This is a credible source. You could quote me on this. Doomsday is gonna be in the movie.
He better not be in the movie. I swear to God.
Are you, Alec? Let me see if I can just think where you're going with this. I'm assuming you're saying that Zod is going to be Doomsday. Like that's why we saw them unzip the body, and
No.
that he's got the gene or something. Because that's the big rumor going around right
Yeah,
now.
I heard that rumor. I really
Oh,
hope.
no.
I hope they don't bring Doomsday in anytime soon.
Okay,
I like
so there's
Doomsday.
several scenes inside the trailer that make that rumor viable, but what I feel like they're gonna do is, well, Jesse Eisenberg. I'm not gonna say Lex Luthor because it's not Lex Luthor. Jesse Eisenberg owns General Zod's body, and he also
Why does he own it, is my question.
I feel like he's just using
He's
Eisenberg Corp.
Lex Luthor. Come on.
He's not
He
Lex
has
Luthor.
his hands in. He's supposed to have his hands in everything.
Seriously, Josh. Seriously, don't say that again. Don't say that again. Don't. I'm not
He's
playing around.
supposed to be Lex Luthor. There you
No, it's
go.
not.
He's supposed to be.
Well, so what I feel that they're gonna do is Jesse Eisenberg is gonna use Zod's body as a catalyst to create something that is supposed to save the world from Superman, but it gets out of control, and that's why we see the burning LexCorp building in the background in one of the scenes in the trailer.
Okay, that's possible.
See,
I hope you're wrong.
yeah, I
I just hope that they don't put Jesse Eisenberg in the movie too much. Like I don't feel like he should
Oh,
play a crucial role.
Bro, that hope.
I
that-
feel like it's a very tiny hope because I feel like he's going to be in it a lot.
He's the reason why I think that Batman and Superman are really going to start throwing down. Why they're going to start taking things a little more seriously. I think Batman's already going to be convinced that something needs to be done. But I think Jesse Eisenberg, because I agree he's not Lex Luthor, he has the kryptonite. We saw that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that was awesome.
So how does Batman get it then to make the? Because he has that obviously infused in his suit. That's the only way he can even possibly stand a chance with that. And he has the kryptonite spear that he's going to be making. So how did he get that unless Lex gave it to him? So I'm assuming that Lex is manipulating, and when things don't start to go his way, maybe
He's
he
gonna throw a
does.
hissy fit.
Yeah, or maybe he does do something like that with Doomsday. I don't know. I mean, we know there's going to be a big villain that comes out of this that causes the two of them to put aside their squabble for the time being and take
Unless
this
Wonder
on.
Woman does that.
It might be. She might be the catalyst for what makes them see that they need to
Is Steve Trevor
work
in this?
together.
No,
No,
they haven't
Steve Trevor's
cast a
not in
Steve Trevor at all.
There goes my idea of what was gonna happen.
Chris Pine is Steve Trevor.
I would rather Chris Pine be Hal Jordan than Steve Trevor.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a waste of Chris Pine.
And also, I get to stare at Chris Pine more, because, yeah.
This is going to be backtracking a second, but that line in the Deadpool trailer where Ryan Reynolds made fun of the Green Lantern suit that he had.
Oh, it's like, it's not animated? Or
Yeah, he's
something?
like, I don't. As long as the suit's not green and it's not animated.
That was great. I was just like, I see what you did.
Yeah,
And I like
out
it.
there.
And I like it.
No, what else? I was going to say something. No, I think there was at one point in the trailer where, whatever the hell his name is, because I refuse to call him Lex, it's over Jesse, or
Superman.
whatever the hell his name is. Well, I don't care. But he's over Superman, and he's, like, having his hand on him. I think that's when he has, like, kryptonite somewhere, like, on a ring or something.
You know what I don't understand though? In the first movie, I thought they like made kryptonites out of like Zod's spaceship because whenever he went to Zod's spaceship, he got really weak.
No, that was because he wasn't acclimated to the atmosphere of Krypton because their ship, the internal parts of the ship had Krypton's atmosphere so that they could breathe. Earth's
Yeah, 'cause
atmosphere
remember-
was different.
Like the Kryptonians on their planet, they were essentially humans, and then humans on their planet would be super, and then on their them on our planet would be super.
Uh-uh.
No, because Lois
He was
wasn't
on their-
super.
She was really? Well,
Yeah,
I
she
don't
was
know.
normal.
Yeah, and I mean like there was this
Oh, that was supposed to happen then.
how about
Because their
Superman:
suit
The Last Son of
maintained
Earth?
Wait,
Has
what?
anyone read Superman: The Last Son of Earth?
No.
No.
What? Oh my gosh! Okay, so it's pretty much Superman's origin story, but reversed, and he's the Green Lantern instead of Superman.
Oh, yeah, yeah!
It's
I
so
know.
great.
She likes it.
It's so great.
I know.
Pretty much
I-
what happened was that that Clark and Martha Kent thought that Superman was or the world was going to get destroyed, so they asked Thomas Wayne or something like that to send their baby into space into like this this inhabitable planet, and it turns out to be Krypton, and then Kal-El and the other lady adopted him, but like he had to wear a special suit
Laura?
because whatever his name is.
Laura and Jor-El. He's Kal-El.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. So they name him Kal-El, and he just works the mines of Krypton, and he needs a special suit to like be able to sustain himself in Krypton's atmosphere because he's human.
Mm-hmm.
And then his suit gets destroyed, but the Green Lantern rings finds his way, and then it turns out Earth wasn't destroyed, and he goes back to Earth, and he sees that it's all like convoluted and stuff like that, and he wants to fix it. It's a great story. It's a great story.
Not to get all nerdy, but part of the reason why Superman is because of Earth's gravity being much less than the gravity on Krypton. And
Yeah, I
of
mean, well,
course-
that was the original conception of it before
Yeah.
they implemented the whole yellow sun thing.
Yeah. So, you know.
For the movie, I know, you know how, like, when the Kryptonians and all, like, Zod's people, they went down to Earth, they had the helmet?
Yeah.
Well, when Lois was sent to the ship, they gave her the helmet, so she can live on their ship, because I had the Krypton.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
Stuff.
that makes sense.
Mhm.
Man of Steel was a better movie than I thought.
I've watched
No.
it, like, I don't know how many times. It's Superman. Of course I'm going to
Still-
watch
still
it on
not
repeat.
that great.
So what else happened at Comic-Con, guys? Doctor Who. Doctor Who stuff happened.
I don't know anything from Doctor Who. I'm so
I
sad.
don't
I'm
know
mad at
anything
myself.
about Doctor Who
Yeah.
anymore.
I'm mad
I
at
stopped
myself.
Doctor Who
watching it
guy.
like 2 seasons ago.
Oh, Arrow got a new suit.
Arrow got
Oh
a new
my
suit.
god, that was amazing.
Oh, it looks awesome.
He
Yes.
looks awesome.
Jay
Did you
Garrick
see
got
it?
cast. What the? I thought nothing else happened. I forgot.
Yeah, Jay Garrick
No.
got cast. for
So
Flash.
many things happened with Flash and Arrow
Yeah.
and
it did.
Legends. I didn't watch a Supergirl one panel.
I don't think anybody cared, really.
They just
I
showed the
watched
trailer.
the Flash and the
Uh-huh.
Arrow panels, but no, okay, I don't like I love the Arrow suit, but I don't like that they're like, oh yeah, because they announced that he is going to be Green Arrow, and
Yeah.
so I'm just like, cool. Too bad only his arrows are green.
And now his suit is green. Oomph.
I like the.
It's
I like
too
the-
dark. It's too black to be green.
It's whatever.
I like it.
I
And
think
then
that
Stephen Amell looks really happy about
they
it.
need
You
to
want-
add
yeah.
more
Do you
highlights.
want a fluorescent green on a stealthy hero?
It's like
Does
a
that make
hunter
sense,
green.
Josh?
I want
Yes.
I want
It's
a
like
few
a forest.
highlights of green in there. Not like a lot of, not like really bright, but like on like his little symbol, like his little armor thing that he has on his arms and stuff. Like,
My question to you, Josh.
Have a little more bright green. Have a couple straps bright green.
How
My
practical
question
is
to
that, though?
you is that you realize the arrow works mainly at night, right? Why would he
Yes.
go out wearing
So-
something bright?
I'm not saying he's gonna be wearing all bright. I'm saying a few details.
But even a little bit of bright
If
can be
he's
about his
mostly black,
position.
it's not gonna notice.
It's
No,
like
you're
when you
not
go out hunting. You gotta
You're
wear
not gonna
camo.
notice if you're
It's
shining a
not bright.
flashlight and you see a green
Yes, if he's
shoulder
out
pad.
hunting, he's wearing green. It doesn't matter.
That's basically the point. He has to keep it like a neutral green. Like the
No,
brightest it
that's
can be
not
is
what
the
I'm saying.
hunter.
I'm not saying any. Like you guys are completely like taking what I'm saying and exaggerating it. I'm not saying it needs to be all green. I'm saying a few more aspects of green in there rather than
No.
like a really dark hunter green because he's supposed to be Green Arrow and it looks black rather
It
than
doesn't look
green.
black.
From anyone, like you said, it's at night. Anyone who's gonna see him is gonna think he's wearing black.
It looks like a dark muted green, which is still green.
Yes,
doesn't
but
need
you just said he's going to be at night. Did you not?
I
So he's
did.
going to be dark. So he's gonna. It's already dark. So it's going to look black because it already looks pretty damn black.
Are you done?
This is like the Guy Gardner argument all over again.
Are you done, Josh? I just want to make sure you have it all in your system.
Like y'all are acting like what I'm saying is outrageous when she's over here complaining about like freaking out over height, and I'm just like
I
add
have a
a
reason to.
little more color.
I have
Just
a
little
reason.
more. And y'all are like attacking me like I'm saying that he needs to die.
Here's what drives me crazy. Okay, they waited till season 4 to call him Green Arrow, and now the show is branded as Arrow. So his name is Green Arrow, but the show is Arrow.
What if they change that? They're just like Green Arrow.
They're not going to
season
change it
4.
now.
They might. Who knows?
I doubt they will.
Yeah, they probably won't.
So that's going to drive me
Arrow
freaking
the first
insane.
season, he was just the vigilante in the or the hood in the first season.
I mean, Mike, what do you care? You don't even watch Arrow.
Actually,
I
I
watch
do.
it
I'm catching up on
religiously.
season 3 now.
Oh, how do you like it?
Yay!
It's all right.
Mhm.
It's what
I
I
like
expect
Brick.
from Arrow, you know.
I like
You
it.
like Brick.
I feel
Oh.
like the only issue I have with Arrow is that I think Stephen Amell is good. He's good. Just he's a little bit too dark. Arrow's supposed to be like, eh.
It's
Bring back
because
Arsenal.
they didn't get inspired by Green Arrow. They made it inspired from Batman.
They just need to bring back Arsenal.
Mhm.
Made me so sad. I love him. I love Colton
I
Haynes.
love him too.
He's my spirit animal.
Well, I love him in a different way than you love him.
I don't know what
I
that
think we
means.
love
I
him the
don't
same
know
way.
if that's true.
That jawline, though.
Mhm.
Whoa.
Follow him on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
I'm about to change my name to Willa Holland.
Speedy.
I feel like if any of these actors watch this, I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Like, hit me up. I'm free.
What if Gal Gadot watches this?
You're pretty.
We're all
I
legal.
like you.
We're all good.
You're pretty. You're awesome. Just, I don't think.
What if she challenges you to a cage fight?
Whoa.
She,
Like she'll dress up in the full like Wonder Woman garb, and then just,
the guard
like,
does
you know,
look good.
Be like,
the
get
costume's
in
good.
the octagon, you know, like I
You know
pay
what?
to see it.
I would pay to
I'd-
see that. We
I'd
gotta
pay
make
to
that on a
get hit.
podcast, though.
I'd pay to get hit.
Pay to get hit? What's wrong
Well, she's
with
pretty,
you, Isabel?
so why not?
You
I could have story
Whoa.
actors be like, hey, I was
If I
punched by
was
Wonder
pretty,
Woman.
would you pay me to
I
hit
was
you?
punched by Wonder Woman, everyone. The bruise.
And I
is
live
here.
to tell the tale.
So,
I mean, granted, you probably could pick her up and throw her, but still.
so
You know what I'm
Okay.
excited about
we all
with
know
Arrow?
that it's
I'm
going-
tinier than she is. I'm itty bitty.
So what, Josh?
We all know that now Isabel likes to get hit from attractive people. There's an acronym for that.
I'm trying to drink water.
Well, anyways, guys. So you know what I'm most excited about for Arrow season 4?
50 Shades of Arrow.
Felicity.
I wasn't expecting that one, but nice. And hell no, not Felicity. Anarchy.
I hate Felicity, and they won an award. And
They did for fandom award. I was like, yes. Even though he's supposed to be with someone else, it's okay. I let it slide.
Anarchy.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about Anarchy being in Arrow season 4?
Like,
You guys
what
just
was
not
that?
care? Anarchy? You're a Marvel guy, so you don't know who Anarchy is.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I don't care.
No. Well, he's an anarchist.
Don't care.
Okay, so how about Jake Garrett getting cast then?
that is amazing, and I
That's
already
cool.
know what's going to happen. But I didn't know who.
My question to that is, didn't they make Jay Garrett even different now? Like, isn't he gay now? Right?
No, that's
No,
not Scott.
that's Alan Scott.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
No, but this Jay Garrett is supposed to be a combination of every Jay Garrett that we've had.
And I mean, like, I heard that he's supposed to be Earth 2. Like, he's from Earth 2.
Yes,
That's
he
what
is.
they're going to name the show.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that would be awesome. I mean, Jake Garrett is the Flash of Earth 2.
Yes, he is. That
Well,
they are doing Earth too. Yeah, because I was watching.
I'm happy that they cast him young. Because I was kind of on the fence. I'm like, if they're going to cast someone old, make it John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah, that would have been a really cool idea. That idea you had, that we talked about on the one podcast.
Yeah.
With John
Yeah,
Wesley
that-
Shipp being Jay Garrick as opposed, like in an alternate reality.
Yeah,
I
that would have been cool.
I still go for that. But I mean, like, I could understand if they want to like make him his own character, it would be a little confusing.
So I was really happy to see that because I mean we all kind of figured it was going to happen. I didn't realize he was going to have such a big role though in this season, which it seems
Yeah, me
like he's
neither.
going to
I
have
had no
pretty
idea.
significant.
I kind of figured that because in the comics and stuff they really do have like a father son type relationship.
Yeah.
Like all of them, like the whole set, like the whole Flash family thing, where it starts with Jay, then it's Barry, then Wally, then Impulse, Bart.
Yeah.
I forgot his name for a second there. Yeah, like they all have like a really good family feeling about them and stuff. So
Flash family.
I'm not surprised that he's gonna be in that.
Yeah, but I didn't think he would play such a crucial role, especially whenever they're introducing Wally West.
I don't feel like Wally West is going to play as big of a role as everyone feels like he is, at least not until next season.
Yeah,
I think he'll get his powers in this season,
Yeah.
but not until like halfway through or the end.
And oh my gosh, that trailer! I mean, the trailer was nothing more than a blue streak, which is awesome.
Trailer was literally something
With
like
voiceover.
we've already seen literally that running thing. It was just that same animation. They just put it with blue streaks instead of red or
It's the
yellow.
voiceover that was so exciting with
Yeah.
Cisco just yelling, "What's happening to me?" And then Caitlin saying, "I don't know if I can ever go back, Cisco."
Yeah,
So-
well, and then of course we had a little bit. That was a new voiceover from
Harrison Wells.
too. Yeah.
Wait,
So so my thing is, what about the whole Zoom thing? What do you guys think about that?
Hunter Zolomon's going to be in Flash. That's what I'm excited about.
I wish that they had chose a different villain for this season because we already had a speedster villain
Yeah.
like last
I mean,
season.
who would you have chosen, though?
Because they have
Who,
the same
Grodd?
costume. What?
Cobalt
Would they
Blue?
pick Rod again?
Well, Grodd is actually they didn't do a very good thing for Grodd in this because Grodd is actually a much better villain than what they showed because
I
Grodd
know.
should be a super
he's-
genius, you know.
Yeah, he's evolving.
Yeah. So like he would be an amazing like main villain, but he's not
I
going to
don't
be.
like bananas.
I think they're gonna give him a no. Remember, he almost killed what's his name because of that.
Yeah.
But what was I saying?
Mm.
I don't know what were you saying. I wasn't
Villains.
listening to you.
But I hate that they're having Patty Spivot. I like her character.
What? I love Patty Spivot,
No,
especially in
I
the
love
New
her.
52.
I like her character, but I hate. I knew exactly as soon as they announced that they were having her. I was like, my God, they're doing the on again, off again shit with Iris again.
Yeah.
Even though it pisses me off because I'm just like every damn person knows that they're going to end up together. They could do so much more by
Who's in
showing
the
an
future?
actual relationship with these heroes rather than showing the same thing between Flash and Arrow where they can't get the girl and they end up sleeping with a bunch of other girls. And I'm just like, they could have actually had a solid relationship with Barry and Iris, and they could have done it, like, and that would have been completely different from like every other show that you watch. Like they don't.
Yeah, I just hope that
superhero shows.
I mean, I'm fine with that because it's CW, but I just really hope they don't give her speedster powers, like in the comics. I'll die if they do. I'll be like, no, too many speedsters. I'll set it. Too many.
I don't think they're gonna do that. If anything, because that would be way too complicated in order to do all of that. Giving speedster powers to two additional characters from the characters that already have speed, that are like the speed is already established, which is going to be Jay, Barry, and Harrison Wells, and then Zoom too. So that's 4 speedster characters who already have their speed there. And then if you want to add them, Wally and it's just that'd be way too much for them.
Now,
they cannot handle it.
Asking for your opinion on this, Josh, because you're a Flash fanatic. Would you be happy if in one episode in the Flash they give Gorilla Grodd speedster powers like they do in the comics?
Well, I don't think they would be able to explain it in the same way, so it wouldn't make sense.
It doesn't matter. Just would you like it conceptually?
If they were able to master it, if they were able to nail it like they were in the comics, yes. But I don't think they would be able to do that, so I'm going to say no.
I would love it. I would love it. Just him chasing down Central City. God doesn't like bananas.
That's awesome.
I would love it. I want them to bring back Pied Piper. Love him.
Yes. I want him to start, questioning himself, being like, should I really be this villain? And
No, I feel like he should be the villain. But
I like him as a hero.
I don't.
I'm confused with Captain Cold.
Oh yeah, Captain Cold and
we're like
he's
having their so great.
What?
In Wally West's run, Pied Piper saves him, and it's so great because Pied Piper's like, oh, I killed my mother, but he didn't actually do that. Long story.
I don't like Wally West Flash.
Okay, how do you not like Wally West Flash? He was the Flash for decades. He's been the Flash for more than Barry, I think.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I like Barry Allen. Sue me.
Thank you. I like Wally. Don't get me wrong. I like Wally. I like
him as Kid Flash.
Yeah.
Just because he kind of has the Kid Flash personality. Impulse, I can do without.
I don't like Impulse.
Yeah, Impulse is kind of like Damian Wayne of Flash.
I kind of like Damian Wayne. Though.
I don't like Damian Wayne.
I like Damian.
No, I like Damian Wayne more than I like Impulse.
But it's just kind of eh.
I mean, it's like if Damian Wayne was a speedster and a jerk. Oh, he is a jerk. A speedster. It's like you have a fast-talking, annoying asshole.
I like Damian Wayne.
Well, anyway, so
unpopular opinion.
Yeah, very unpopular. I think that they should do another poll thing like they did with Jason Todd and just kill off Ian and then not bring him back again with superpowers because that was dumb.
No, I want them to bring him back with superpowers and then making him his own Robin and then make a new Robin.
Oh my god. No, I want if they do anything with Damian, I want Damian to be like, screw you, Batman. I'm gonna go with this gang over here.
Kind of like how you did it.
That's inspired by me, not you. Inspired by me.
Kind of like Injustice.
Yeah, I want him to lead his own.
No, because have you read? Oh, there's that We Are Robin out right now, right? Where it's like a bunch of teenagers now, dressing up as Robin, going out fighting crime. Yeah. I want him to be like, screw you, Batman. I'm gonna go with these guys. They like me.
That's different. Yeah.
I feel like he would. I feel like he would.
Yeah,
you know what would be awesome if they do in the comics?
That's the only thing I want from Damian.
What would be awesome if they do in the comics is if that happens with Damian and Damian ends up becoming his own thing. Batman starts training Terry McGinnis, a young Terry McGinnis.
But Terry McGinnis isn't even born yet.
Yeah.
Just let it happen, guys. It's comics.
I hate that.
He's not born.
That Damian has that pet thing.
The dragon, whatever weird thing.
I know who loves that pet thing. Mike.
Whoever's idea that was is stupid.
Because I know Damian's an animal lover because he keeps a lot of pets.
Like what?
Yeah, they have the bat cow and stuff like that. But
Damian's pet.
He's a cat.
Griffin thing.
Damien has a cat.
Are you talking about the thing that looks like a bat?
Yeah,
Yes.
that one.
Yeah, this like giant bat demon thing that Damien has as a pet.
I don't really care about that.
It's stupid.
Yeah, I'm indifferent. I don't really care if they keep it or not. That's it doesn't really add anything.
I mean, I don't care that much because I don't really read that much Damien or Batman, but it's just stupid.
I like Damien. I'm in that minority too, but I mean, I'm not a super fan or anything, and so personally, whatever they want to do is fine with me. You know, where I'm at with that. It's not like if it was Captain America or something, I might give a crap. But, oh, we're gonna give Captain America a really weird sidekick that's some amalgam of 3 different animals. Like, all right, that's stupid.
Did you guys watch or read anything from the Legends of Tomorrow stuff?
No.
No.
I didn't watch or read anything from that.
Me neither.
You
got enough information tomorrow.
So, I still have some time. So let's talk about the shitty ones.
Fantastic
Very interesting
Four.
one.
Fantastic Four, guys. You gotta talk about Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I like it.
Fantastic
I'm a little excited for it.
Okay,
It's
so
the
let me
Fantastic Four.
give you my breakdown of what I thought about this trailer.
Knock it out, Mike.
Okay, now I want you to
Mike.
close your eyes and I want you to imagine the largest man in the world sitting on top of a toilet, and you hear a big plop. And after he gets up, you look into the toilet, and it's the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh my god.
And they're
That's
covered
what
in
I thought of the
glowing
trailer.
green stuff, like
Yeah.
in the new trailer.
And it's a discolored turd. It's not even like a healthy-looking
It's
dump.
like one of those
It's
fluorescent green ones that you wonder if you should go to the doctor about.
yeah, exactly. Like you're like, I know I didn't eat anything green yesterday, so
Does anyone know why
something's
they
not right here.
like
Are
in
we
the
gonna
trailer?
start talking about poop?
Does anyone know why they changed that? Like they made it green now instead of from like what it was. How it was like all orange and fiery. Now it's like some green slime crap.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
We were talking about diarrhea a second ago, so I'm not sure if you're talking about something that happened last night.
Like, I don't know why they changed it, but like who
'Cause,
are
like,
they?
Because like it wasn't green. Like when you see them in the dimension thing, it wasn't originally green. They changed that. Like when they changed dimensions in the it's negative zone or whatever it's supposed to be. It was not originally green.
What color
I know
was
what
it?
you're talking about. I know what you're
It
talking
was
about.
like orangish. It was like orangish reddish. Like it was like fiery and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Now it's
Well,
some weird stuff.
this trailer kind of opened up my eyes. Not to the Fantastic Four, because I mean, I still don't want to watch it. But it opened up my eyes. I'm like, this movie may be not too bad, but I just really do not care to watch a Fantastic Four movie. That's just like what I got from it. I'm like, you know what? This movie looks good. It looks like a good movie. Whoever likes it, I'm happy they like it. But
I didn't think
I
it
don't
looked-
want to see it. Like
I
it
thought it
just
looked really-
bores me.
Me.
I thought it looked really boring, and I thought it looked, and I feel like it's going to be really played out. And the few acting scenes that you do get to see, they're really bland. And
I like the kid scene
feel like the
because that was pulled straight from the Ultimate Comics, and I love the Ultimate Comics Fantastic Four. Like with Reed Richards and Ben Grimm
Susan.
as kids.
Yeah, that was right out of the pages
Yeah,
of the
I
Ultimate
love
comic
that.
book.
And
Yeah, okay.
Reed's dad. I hope they do that where like Reed's dad really likes Ben Grimm and like wants him as a son and really doesn't care too much about Reed. I want them to do that.
I think they probably are gonna do that.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
just mad that we didn't get to see any rock schlong, guys. We got
Some what?
full frontal of the thing,
Oh.
but no rock schlongs. Like, come on.
There was an interview where they asked them all. It's like, does he have a thing? Does the thing have a thing? And they're just like, probably.
I didn't even tell that rubble.
Well, I mean, you see him punch a giant rock that's rolling at him for some reason.
Is that considered murder for him?
No,
Like,
but it just seems really. It doesn't seem anything special to me. Like they're trying to make it seem like it's this big different thing, but everything I've seen about it just seems really played out and very Marvel.
Wait, you know what? Wait, there was one thing that excited me.
What?
Oh wait, no,
What?
never mind.
Was it the end?
That was a dream I had last night. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
I have a
Flashback.
question.
What?
Who's gonna go watch Ant-Man?
Oh, I am absolutely gonna watch Ant-Man.
I
On
will
Saturday.
once I get paid, once I get my new job.
I hope I could get the Fact or Fiction out before then.
Yep, I'm
Are
going
we gonna
Saturday.
I have a question after this is all done.
Okay, well, anyways, so that was never said. So yeah, I don't like the girl who plays Invisible Woman.
She
I
seems
like her.
alright.
I thought
I
she
feel
was
like-
like one of the only ones who was actually any good.
Yeah.
I feel like her acting style in the trailer at least makes her seem like more of a B team kind of thing, like a behind the scenes, like not really a member of the Fantastic Four kind of thing. And
No, see, I like her a lot. I don't think she's good. I think that she needs either different co-stars for this role, or she should just not be in this role.
I mean, I have no problem with Johnny Storm being black and all that, and I actually like the actor who's playing him. But I can't help but to think that joke that they had in the trailer just ran a little dry, where he's like, "I'm gonna need a heat-resistant room, and a big-ass ceiling window."
Oh my god! And then at the end, where they're like, "Oh, what if I don't want to do that? You should do
Yeah.
it." I was like, "Really?"
Yeah, like
Yeah, what
No.
if we say no? You should say yes. Like, what?
yeah, but I'm gonna say no. You should watch this movie. What if I don't? You should watch this movie.
It's like, I had a guy
No.
once tell me I should buy this car, and I told him where he could stick it. So maybe I'll say the same about this film here. If it wasn't for this channel,
I'm to go watch it. 'cause,
if
like,
it
when I
wasn't for
saw
this
it,
channel, I would never go watch this in a million years.
This is why I'm gonna go watch Ant-Man.
All right, guys, I'm out. I'm out. That's my cue. The dog. I got to say my crap about Fantastic Four. So
Even the dog doesn't like Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
all right,
Don't ruin it. Bye, Josh.
later, guys.
Hey, what's that? Did our viewer numbers just go up?
Like 50 more people suddenly started watching. What the
We got more subs.
strange?
Huh.
15
Podcast is better now.
seconds.
I agree with you. Jimmy Johns, 298. So yeah. Isabel, why do you want to see the Fantastic Four?
Because I like the Fantastic Four.
But what about this trailer excites you? Did anything in this trailer excite you?
Okay, the hesitation says no.
Yeah. Especially whenever you're comparing it to like the amazing trailers that were released this weekend, like Suicide
was really
Squad and Batman vs Superman and Deadpool.
It wasn't
This
the.
is what they're competing with.
I didn't know another trailer came out for it when it was like Fantastic Four new trailer. I'm like, what? It looks the
Yeah,
same as
Comics
even when it's
Amino
on
told me.
theaters.
That's how I
Same.
found out. I was just like, that's interesting. Let me check this out. And I posted, I'm like, hey, should we talk about this? I
Should
mean,
we?
This doesn't really matter in the grand
Like,
scheme of things.
I'm gonna take my best friend to see it because it comes out around her birthday. So
You're supposed to
Don't
give
do
people
that.
things they like for their
Yeah.
birthday. not
no, like we
toys
saw
for
them,
everyone.
like we saw the trailer for it when we went to go watch the Avengers, which Alec. I am like, if you do not watch it by the end of this month, the spoiler-free alert that comes with this podcast is gonna go away.
I want to watch it. I really
I won't.
do.
Like, hit you.
I really
You need
do
to go
want to
watch
watch it.
I will
Then find
send you a way to watch it. Just watch it.
Is it legitimate way?
Yes, I can usually find them in HD.
Legitimately, though?
Yes.
We're not
Or-
condoning piracy, are we?
No, we're not. I'm gonna go pay for a way to go watch it.
Okay, then in that
Or-
case, I'm fine.
Or you could, Alec. I
Go
don't
actually
know.
pay and go to the theater and watch
By
it.
now, it's in the $5 theaters. What excuse could you possibly have?
Chiba.
What are $5 theaters? That's my excuse.
You don't have a $5
$5
theater? I have a $1 theater, which is awesome.
I'm in Florida, guys. Weird things happen in Florida. The $5 theaters
Yeah.
are not one of them.
I'm sorry.
I have a
We have
dollar
senior
theater.
discount in matinees.
Hey, no, look. Here's the thing with Fantastic Four. It's unnecessary. It was made simply to keep the rights because Fox has a burr up their rear about Marvel.
Yes.
That's it. There's absolutely no other reason for this movie to exist. Therefore, there's no heart to it. And when you watch the trailer, it's obvious there's no heart in this
Yeah.
movie. There's no
Why can't
care
we
about.
be friends?
I mean, there's just nothing. So it's simply to spite Marvel so that they can't get the rights back to one of their most important properties, because Fantastic Four is like the foundation of everything that the Marvel Universe was built on.
Mhm.
So they just don't want them to have it back. They want to keep it for them. They know it's not. I mean, it's going to make money, but I don't think it's going to be a hit. It'll probably be second or third. So it's not really going to make them any money. There's no money for them in this. It's all about sticking it to Marvel, keeping the rights, because now they've got another 3 or 4 years before they have to make another one, and they keep the rights exclusively, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Why can't we be friends?
It's a good question. Yeah.
So I think other than that, I think we've covered almost like all the important stuff.
Star Wars came to Comic-Con.
I don't want to talk about that.
There wasn't any there wasn't like a brand new trailer or anything to talk about. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but
Nothing like new came out.
yeah.
look, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but there just wasn't anything exciting to talk about, really.
What else is there? There's the Warcraft movie.
Nobody cares about
Don't
Warcraft.
That's not a dog.
Don't care.
Well, yeah. Okay, so that was Comic-Con pretty much then
Yeah.
for the
As far
comic
as I'm
side of it.
concerned.
hmm So,
Comic-Con.
do you guys think this was one of the better Comic-Cons?
Not the better ones, but it was still exciting.
It was still good. I think.
Comic-Con is going to be exciting no matter what.
Yeah, I think if these movies from DC turn out to be really good, and I'm not just talking like, oh look, it made a bunch of bank, because even crappy movies make bank. You know, look at Transformers: Age of Extinction. Enough said.
That wasn't that bad.
That
Yes,
was
it
horrible.
was.
That
Be
was
quiet,
absolutely
Isabel.
horrible.
Be
When you look at the
quiet.
definition of an awful movie, Transformers: Age of Extinction is darn near the top of the list.
Mark Wahlberg's face is right there in the dictionary.
Well, not Mark Wahlberg. He's all right. The movie itself was just bad.
Decepticon scrotums are right there.
Well, listen,
Okay,
if they would have chopped off, that's kind of an odd place to put that in there. But if they would have cut out about, I don't know, an hour of that movie, it might have been pretty decent.
Watchable.
It was better than the last two with Shia LaCrazy or whatever. his name is.
Charla, do it.
Yeah.
Do it!
But yeah, if they consistently manage to knock it out of the park with these next couple of movies, then Comic-Con is really gonna be like super exciting and basically impossible to ever go to unless you're rich.
That's already how it is now. Like,
I know, but
tickets
imagine
sell in a minute.
Imagine when you have Avengers: Infinity Wars Part 1 coming there at the same time as Justice League, and it's gonna be insanity.
Right. You're
I need
so
to go. Like, that is on my bucket list. I will
We
go
should
to
all just
Comic-Con
do
in my
it. We
life,
should
and
all
I will
just do
cosplay.
it.
I don't care. It's gonna
Sell a
happen.
kidney. Let's each sell a kidney. We have 2 of them.
I need to keep my kidneys. What if one of my siblings gets sick? Knock on wood.
Then take a lung out then.
Yeah.
I'll get more money
You
for
don't
it.
need
need
2 of
them
those. No, you don't. You live in
Lower
Texas.
your liver.
Sure. Like mostly dry there. You don't need 2 lungs.
Yeah.
No, it depends on where you live. Like, where my mom lives is humid as all can be. Like, I can't
Well,
breathe.
look, how
It's all
dedicated are you to this Comic-Con
Come on,
thing?
guys.
You gotta be sold out.
Lungs? Comic-Con. Come on.
I want to go.
The numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I'll sell it all, man. I'll just be like a head on a platter, just a frozen head like Walt Disney or something. Just wheel my head in there and let me catch it all. I'd be happy.
I bet you'd be one of the best cosplayers there.
Yeah, you're right. I take home. I don't know if they give out awards for that
They
crap,
do.
but I guarantee
They
I
do.
would win it.
They do give out awards.
Oh, dude, Mike, how would you have felt if both of us, because I want to be included too, if we were in Hall H during the Star Wars press conference and they just took everyone outside to do that concert?
To the
How would you
what?
have felt?
Oh, I'd have been happy. That'd have been awesome.
For Star Wars, in the middle of the conference, they invited everyone to go to a concert, a Star Wars
Are you
concert.
for real?
Yeah, and they completely emptied Hall H.
That would have been sweet.
Yeah. It's
That would have been a
crazy. And
really
they gave
cool
everyone free
experience.
lightsabers and stuff like that.
No,
would've
for
been
me,
Awesome.
if I would go to Comic-Con, of course I'd visit like all the Marvel stuff, movies, and
Hall H.
DC, and then Hall H. I would live in Hall H, and then I'd go to the Nerd HQ and like watch their panels there, because every year Supernatural goes, and I want to meet Jensen and everyone on the cast. and
But how
it'd be
interesting
cool.
is Supernatural really? Why is it always like
What?
the last 10 minutes of the podcast we talk about Supernatural?
Hey, I
What's up
love
with this?
Supernatural.
It's good.
It's not. It is totally different from every single thing that is on CW. It honestly doesn't fit well with the other programming. It's like its own thing.
Wow.
It's really weird.
It
Like-
is. I know
like
religious
there's-
stuff because of it.
That's one of the things I find the most interesting about it. It's like it really makes you think about all that different stuff in a different, in a new way and whatever. So I love the show. I have for a long time. I don't like these last like 4 or 5 seasons as much as I did the first 5, because the first 5 were like, that was supposed to be it. This was only supposed to be a 5-season show, and it concluded its whole overarching storyline in that first 5 seasons. So those are like a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. Everything else has been good and it's worth watching, but it's not the same for me. But I still
Castiel
like it.
is something, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Dean. I don't understand why you have this fascination with cheeseburgers.
It's
Don't you
pie.
understand that they can clog your arteries? Yeah, but he loves cheeseburgers, man. Every time he goes to one of those bar dives, he gets like a cheeseburger.
Yeah. But like remember that one episode where like he takes a bite of his burger and he's like all nonchalant about everything, and then the grease stuff comes out. And he's like, I ate that.
Yeah, the
Love that
turducken.
episode.
It was a
The
turducken.
turducken. The
Yeah.
turducken.
What the hell's going on, guys? With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and take this episode of the MetaComix podcast to a close. But how about Castiel sing us out?
Well, if you guys enjoyed the show, make sure you do one of those things where you click the thumbs up button. Apparently that does something magical that helps the channel or something that these weird humans do. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well so that you don't miss another episode of the podcast or any of the other great series. Well, I'm told they're great. I don't really feel emotions, so I'm not really a good judge for pop culture.
Castiel's supposed to be helping us.
Well, I'm an angel of the Lord. I don't really understand human ways. Anyway, leave comments. What did you think of the trailers that came out this past weekend? And yeah, be on the lookout for a lot of Ant-Man related material, because apparently there's some movie about a guy who can talk to ants that's coming out that people like or something.
Thank you very much, Castiel. And do not forget to leave what you think the best superhero movie made is. And like I said, if I don't win Avengers, you guys know Avengers is the best movie ever. If I don't win, I will tattoo Damaged on my forehead for next week's episode. Well, with that being said, we are out of here. And Squirrel Girl be with you.